the approach on him.
So
Under
welcome
Mourinho.
guys, welcome guys, welcome guys. We're live guys, we're live, we're live guys, we're live. So welcome to the show guys. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Muntaha, Chimere, Abdurrahman Ziman, Raf, how you guys doing?
Good, man.
Chilling, man. Blessed. Can't
Uh,
complain.
so we're gonna talk about Thomas Tuchel contact at Chelsea. We're also gonna talk about Olivier Giroud and also Thiago Silva signing a contract. We're also gonna do a Q&A questions because I think recently the fans has been asking them one to ask a question in terms of the panel and everybody. So we're gonna listen to the fans and ask them and talk to them about their question and everything. So firstly, let me come to Abdulrahman now. In terms of Tuchel in a long time, how happy are you as a fans watching that he's been given a new contract? So do you
I'm
feel that
so happy.
this is like a long time process for you for us, or because this second go for me, I'm not comfortable with it. So now that we're gonna have a manager to build for the future, like and a long term future, that makes it more easier for us in terms of recruitment of players and everything. So how
I
happy are you
agree.
in terms of that?
The only thing that causes a bit of trepidation in me, my spirit, why I can't just be 100% involved, is because I've never seen it. I've never seen a Chelsea manager that was supported for years on years on years on, and like, Chelsea, we could
Yeah.
have a bad result, get knocked out of the CL next season against by Manchester City in a knockout, and things could go tits up because I know how the media and stuff are. But
Mhm.
I'm excited to see the new project. Hopefully, Abramovich now he got his two CLs. He's been at the club for about 2 decades now. So he hopefully now this is like a new pace to where he wants to actually build a dynasty. Tuchel, he's German. You got to remember when he was with Borussia Dortmund and the fans and that they had a better connection. But Dortmund is not Chelsea. Chelsea, we're about winning right now. We're about yeah, we want to build, but none
Not the
after
Arsenal.
I hope
Not the
that he's just
Arsenal
not a
Chelsea.
victim of his own success. Winning the Champions League in 6 months without spending a penny, that is gonna then in the future is kind of like you got to do something similar to that, or you know you can afford to get injuries and you still got to come out with it. And I know how the media are going to be harsh. We got a target on our back, but people are going to be out to get us as far as just in all fronts in all competitions, starting with the Super Cup against Villarreal. We're going to have a target on our back as world champions. But all in all, I can say that it'll be interesting. The number one thing I'm looking at, I'm going to be watching a lot more of his interviews just to see how his mood changes because he's been happy and stuff like that. But once anything goes with the board and Abramovich doesn't want to expose it,
Mm,
a lot of times with managers as far as Chelsea, they have a hard
yeah,
time keeping it in. We saw it with
yeah.
Conte,
I,
we've seen it with Mourinho, where they get out of a boardroom meeting and they got to do an interview right after, and that expression is still on their face. So
I,
people need to be clued up on that
I remember.
visually and be able to listen and decipher from that because Abramovich doesn't and Marina they don't really reveal much. A part of they keep their dirty laundry in house. So all in all, good appointment. Olivier Giroud, I don't know why I mean, is it because of what Lukaku said the other day that what we're looking for
No,
squad depth? I'm pretty sure Abraham is
we've
out the
had
door.
apparently what I saw is that we've had the agreement since April. So this has been in the works since April.
Yeah, but has Giroud
No,
even
For me,
football
Giroud is
in
all about
April?
money because it's not gonna be the number nine for going
No,
forward.
but if you press on when you click on the actual um website thing, it says that wait, let me go on it right now.
Let me check on
Where
it
is it?
myself. For Giroud, right?
Yeah, it says Chelsea Football Club can confirm that an option to extend Olivier Giroud's contract by 1 year was exercised in April this year. Yeah, April.
So the contract has been down since April.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
what that tells me money. So I don't whatever you say, I'm not into because we know it's all about money. We know it's all about money because Giroud as is a free agent. He can decide any club he wants to go. But we know Marina will not back down without getting a penny out of that.
Yeah, but the thing about the money though is that you're gonna make certain money, but what club is gonna want to get? at the end of next season a player who's been sitting his ass, been bench warming for 18 months. So yeah, if you want it, that tells me that they must have spoken to Tuchel and told him, listen, he's gonna have to play in all cup competitions to bring up his value. Because Giroud can still perform decently well against low block teams.
Yeah.
Teams come to the bridge in the FA Cup, the League Cup, and some of those when we play like those Ukrainian teams in the group stages of
I
the
don't
TL.
think he can because most teams, you saw it with Arsenal when he came on when we played them. When we brought him on, Arsenal started playing a higher line. It just cancels him out, so he's not really of use.
He offers something different though.
Yeah,
He's
he
a
offers
different
something
dynamic off
different,
the
but
bench. But if it is about money, they must have spoken to Tuchel, told him, listen, we got to bring up his stock. So you got to take him off the bench and at least play him. He can't just be sitting for an entire year. That's going to be 18 months without
no,
kicking a ball.
no, but
Who's going to want to
next
buy him?
season,
And he's
no,
getting a
but
year
next
older.
season is his last season. Like that's his last. So
I think his stock is highest right now. I mean, he's going into the Euros. He should, if we were to make it him available to teams, he would be fighting and playing hard in the Euros.
Yeah, based on
And he's a
the
CL winner.
report said don't rule out any sign out from Giroud. There is a possibility he may leave this season. The contract just for him to just sign the contract, but if there's a chance a club brings money for Olivier Giroud, he will leave. And I'm hearing AC Milan want to get him. So there's an assurance that he could leave for AC Milan.
He'd be a good fit there.
it makes
he'd be great.
sense. It makes sense, man. We're giving them tomorrow, but they should just give us some more money. Like we've given them one of our best academy products, man. I believe he'll become world class, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So Abdulrahman, round up your talk about this. Round it up.
And I think the last bit of business that was done today by Chelsea FC was that they sold, or it's damn near 99% official that they're selling Fikayo Tomori. I don't think that guy wants to play for England. So if he's going to play for the Nigerian national team, then go ahead. He's got the backing, I think, of Maldini, and he's in high esteem. He's going to be playing regular CL football next season and competing for Scudetto. So kudos to him. You were a good servant. Never talked bad, never talked down. You took your lick, you left. You know what comes with being an academy player here at this club.
Mm-hmm.
You might not always get the most respect or credit in the bank. I heard some news about Loftus-Cheek though. This guy was planning on coming back.
It will be joined the training camp.
Yeah, so I don't know if we're going to touch on that. He needs to work out this summer. You're not playing in England, of course, so make a name for yourself and put on a good show, if you're playing in the Super Cup or whatever have you. But all in all, great day of business, and I'm very interested. The biggest takeaway from today is maybe Chelsea's moving a new direction, man, as far as building a dynasty with Tuchel. Like I said, I've never seen it happen. It's like a unicorn to me, so I have to see it to believe it, but I trust the process. I can say that.
Raf, give me your take on the Tuchel's deal of Giroud and Thiago Silva signing an US deal too.
Olivier Giroud, first of all, I think he's gonna leave anyway. So, but I'm happy for everything he's done. Don't forget Willy Caballero is leaving as well. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to thank him for everything he's done for the club.
What happened? He left as a free agent?
He's leaving. He's old. He's old as hell. He's like 40. No?
Who is that?
Willy Caballero.
Caballero, yeah, is leaving too.
So.
Damn, salute, man. He was a good servant to the club.
Yeah, I wanna thank him a lot because in the Lampard season, if we didn't have him in goal towards the end, we would have not got top 4 and we would have not won the Champions League this season. So salute to him. On Thiago Silva, I'm happy.
Bro. There was a lot of stuff actually that happened today. Yeah, Thiago Silva also extension for I think until what? For another year at least?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Damn,
that
Chelsea's making moves. I forgot that.
I'm happy that he extended.
Shout out.
League, man. I want him to win all the domestic trophies in England, man, so he can have he can look back at his career and just be like, yeah, I've done it all, man. So yeah.
And I don't think he's going to be starting for Brazil, so it'll be a nice break for him because he got off a muscle injury in the final.
Oh yeah. He's not. Oh yeah, he's not going to Copa America, man. I
I
think
don't
that's gonna
think he'll
get
start though.
cancelled.
He's getting
I
up
think.
there in age.
I think it's getting cancelled anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, so give me your take on the overall
Yeah. Yeah. I want to
overall
talk about. I want about
situation.
Tuchel. I like it. I like that he got the new contract or the extension, but I don't. You know how people say give him his targets, his targets. Yeah, you have to be careful when like I don't think you realize it. Not all clubs give their managers all their targets. The club actually have to find their own targets for the board. So don't give him full power on all his targets because you could cause a mess.
That's what they do at City though. They let him flop so many times
Yeah, but
and make a lot of
you,
mistakes.
you see, I City, they're trying to build
Literally waste money.
domestically. City's different structure to us. We try to win, we try to win first. We didn't try to build our brand first. We try to win.
I don't know, man. We just beat them. Maybe Abramovich is looking to go into his pockets. The market changed because of COVID. So
I know,
maybe
but
it's the start of a new era.
listen. I'm what I've seen so far. The transfer targets, I like a few of them, but there are a lot of bums. A lot of bums that when I look at it, we've won the Champions League and we're linked with these guys, man. I was expecting better. As a Chelsea fan, I was expecting a lot better. So I'm happy that he extended, and I hope we can build something for the future and build that, bring players from the academy as well. If say if we want to, like fringe players, instead of buying fringe players for squad depth, use the academy for it. Because look at the past, like Sapa Costa, all these guys could use the academy. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Fair enough. Jimmy, give me your thought on the match. I said on the match on the Tuchel current 2 years deal, Thiago Silva and Olivier Giroud.
I
What
think it's
you
a
as a
3 year
rival
deal.
watch?
What? It's up
So
to Tuchel signed up to 2024. It was Giroud and Silva that signed 1 year extension.
yeah,
I mean,
So 3 years of Tuchel, 3 full seasons.
I mean, it's good. Yeah, Tuchel's a manager, has a proven track record. So if Chelsea now, they're trying to go dynasty. Tuchel's about the right coach. He develops young players. He's a great tactician. And he knows what he's doing. You're not going to find many managers better than Tuchel, honestly. And Chelsea have a lot of young players that need developing. So Tuchel, I trust him. As far as Giroud and Thiago Silva, those guys are just guys. They're guys that are good for the dressing room. That's why they signed for 1 year. Those are just guys you need that, those guys are meant to the young players, build team morale, and you need those guys in the dressing room if you want to win a title. So I think it's good business on both parties.
now Chelsea signing a 2 years deal with what as a fans watching, what does it tell you? Is it a long term process or like a little bit of short time?
I think it's long term. It has to be long term because Chelsea have, like I said, a young team. So they need a manager that's going to stick long term because you don't want a manager. You don't want to keep second managers when you have young players. You know what I mean? Because they're going to have to keep learning different systems, different ideas. And some managers have different ideas. So it's best for at least for a younger player to keep the coach for 2 to 3 seasons at least, until those young players develop and they become stars. And now they've already built their own. They've already established themselves, so they're not so dependent on the manager. You know what I mean? But now these young players are gonna need a manager. They're gonna be more dependent because they're still young, they're still growing, they're still learning. So I think this will be long term. I think it's best for the team. Also, Tuchel should stick around for 3 years.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So everybody has spoken. For me, no, it makes me happy because giving him 2 years deal now make me believe that as a fans now, at least we can have a manager for a very long time. Not about this chopping and changing every time. For me, it doesn't make any sense for me. It doesn't. Because I hate it. I hate this chopping and changing stuff. Yes, some weeks, some ways it will work, and some it doesn't work. So I'm not comfortable with this chopping and changing, but I'm happy that they're giving him 2 years deal now. Build things around these players and make them a winning machine, which is good for me, which I like most because now you're building a thing around that crop of player, making them believe that yes, we can do it. As long as we have that belief, we can do it. That makes me happy as a fans watching. Makes me happy. As a fans watching, it makes me real happy watching that. So I want to talk about Sancho. Chimere. So give me your take on Jesse Sancho. Apart from United are about to sign him on a permanent, United are about to sign him and then Kieran Trippier. So what's your take on Sancho? What's holding on the deal?
I think who's holding the deal is they're trying to still negotiate the price, because we have other targets in mind also, not just Sancho. We also have to make sure that we have money left over to get who we actually the other guys we want to get, We could just get into because Sancho's our main target. We also have other targets in mind, so we want to make sure we have money left over to go and get him also. But it seems like it's inevitable that Sancho will come to Man U. He wants to go to Man U. We want him, and Dortmund is willing to sell. So it just seems like it's inevitable. Just the two teams, just for the clubs to come to an agreement on what the price is, and that's it. Because the player himself said he wants to go already to Man U.
So what do you think will hold up the transfer? And it may not happen. What do you think will happen if the transfer that doesn't happen? What do you think it will happen? If that transfer eventually not happen, will it be about money or what?
Yeah, it'll be about money. It'll be about money because they made an agreement with Sancho that if we pay the price that they're asking, he can go. Because last year they weren't as willing to sell. That's why the price was so high. Because they weren't willing to sell they weren't as willing to sell this year as this year. They wanted to keep him. That's why they put the price so high last year. But this year, they promised him, if you stay this season, you can leave. If Mayu pays the price we're asking, the price I heard was 90 million. If we pay 90 million, he can go. That's the price I heard. So they said
Did
they
he
made an
say
agreement with
himself
him.
that he wants to play for Manchester United?
Yeah,
That's
he
the
wants to play.
that's the report. They said he wants to go to Man
The
U.
thing is, a lot of people don't know about his history, man. This is a young kid. He's from the same school as Phil Foden. This guy's a Manchester City Academy graduate. Pep didn't have space for him. That's why he went to Dortmund. A lot of people, they just think he's an English kid. Jude Bellingham is the one that came from Birmingham City and went to they built a statue for him. He's like they retired his number at Birmingham City. Jadon Sancho just wanted more playing time. So this is a Manchester City kid. I don't know why. It's only got to be for the money because he's talking about a project. Why would you go to Manchester City as opposed to Chelsea? Now, one thing I don't agree with you is that he's our main target. I think our main target is number 9. Jadon Sancho, to me, regardless of what happens in the Euros, the guy who's going to be sitting out, what's his name? Erling Haaland. I think that guy, that number 9, is more of a priority for us because in his position, Jadon Sancho, we have guys like what?
Yo, bro,
Cho,
I'm a United fan, not a Chelsea
Mason
fan.
Mount,
No,
Pulisic.
he's talking about United.
Yeah, I'm not a Chelsea fan, bro. I'm a United fan.
Oh, you're a Manchester United fan? And so Jadon Sancho is your number 1 target.
Yeah, that's our number 1 target. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I agree with you then. Manchester United probably does seem like the most likely, but it's for money. I don't think because they've been talking about it since last season, as far as all the news reporters and places like the Football Terrace. So if the guy came out himself and said, "I want to come to Manchester United," I think it'd been done by now.
I don't think
I
it's
think
only
he's
for
impartial.
money. I feel like it's also to do with like him like not wanting to be in. I know he's from London, but I feel like this is what I feel. I feel like he feels like he might get distracted in London. He seems like a character that might gets easily distracted, if you know what I mean.
I don't know
I
about
just
that.
think I just feel like he just looks at Man U and Chelsea. And I think he just feels like he'll have a bigger impact than Man U. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like he
Like,
feels like he'll get more of a chance.
yeah, like he can walk into Man U and he'll know from day one, like he's playing every game.
Yeah,
like,
but at Chelsea, you have the competition. I feel like it's uncomfortable. At Chelsea, it's a bit uncomfortable, if you know what I mean. Like it's just.
and plus Chelsea isn't as interested as we are in him.
Yeah.
It's like because we're actually going after him heavily. Chelsea's just like he's a target, but he's not the main target. Chelsea has.
This is what I don't understand. I always thought like when he went to Dortmund, I always thought he'd come into Chelsea. I always thought, and then when we got linked with him and then United, I was like, what? Last year. And then I saw that we were going to get Kai Havertz as well. And I was like, surely we're not spending that much money. And then we got Ziyech, and I was like, oh, we're not getting Sancho.
Yeah.
Ziyech is the only reason I think we're not getting why we don't want him.
Yeah, and then also I also think too that they're looking at other profiles, and like you said, Sancho is not number one. Like Chelsea's not chasing Sancho like, hey,
Yeah, like
the one that's going to save us from whatever. But
like
if
Do you
Man
he's
think?
U,
available,
Sancho's the number one.
exactly, if he's available, it's definitely if he wants to come to Chelsea.
Did
Now
you just say
Chelsea, because we
she?
are you. Who?
Wait, what?
Did you say if she is available?
No, he.
No, he
Oh,
he. So
okay.
I said if he wants, so because Chelsea are European champions now, we have
Yeah.
we have the top rights, right? So if you want to join the European champions, as Chelsea will sell it, like you have to show that you want to come here, right? So Chelsea's not going to be chasing you everywhere. And I think that's what is getting into him, and it's like, well, because Sancho is he's originally a Chelsea fan. He grew up in London, right? So for him, he probably would look like you said, he's guaranteed game time in Manchester United. But if he wants to win something, which I know he wants to, he's better he comes to Chelsea, because Chelsea's guaranteed in the next 2 years they're gonna win the Premier League title. I'm sure. I'm not sure about Manchester United and when they will be ever be ready to win the Premier League title. Even if they have all these players, I don't even still see them winning the title because of they don't
For
have a
me,
very good coach.
we'll. For me, I was thinking that today, but they could sack Oli next season.
Yeah,
You
Oli.
never know.
Yeah, let's be honest, because Oli has one season.
But
If he comes second again, like let's say next season he finishes second by
Mhm.
like 10 points again, he's gonna be sacked.
but
Didn't he sign
I
an
did
extension though?
I
Nah,
did
not yet,
see
not yet.
No, they've not given the extension yet. So
I did see
he's
that
he's
he might get an
he's really
extension. So we'll see if he does,
yeah.
man. Oh, I
I,
feel
I
sorry
don't
for
know. I don't
United.
know. I don't know if he'll get that extension
That
because
team is
right now,
lost, man. They don't have objectives going into the season. They just go wishy washy, willy nilly. They don't even have any criteria of what is considered success or not. They're they're,
yeah,
they're messed up, man. Jadon Sancho going there's got to be purely for the money and guaranteed playing time,
yeah, exactly. He's just gonna go there for the money. So
and to be playing in the Premier League.
If Jaden Sancho is unavailable, I'll probably go for Jack Grealish or
Mm.
Usman Dembele.
Yes,
It looks like
yes,
Grealish is going. It looks like Grealish is going to Man
He's
City.
going
Going to
City,
Man
man.
City.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I would.
I know,
I prefer
unfortunately.
Dembele as a winger for Chelsea than Sancho.
Guys, have you noticed all the English players that are going to these clubs like Sancho, Grealish? They're all the good players, but Chelsea are linked with Declan Rice, man. Don't rate that. No,
I don't think Declan Rice is gonna happen.
No,
I was
Declan
telling
Rice
someone
is
today that
the position he plays. Chelsea need a player there. That's the only
yeah,
thing.
I know,
but not
but
not his
I
price
don't
range
think it's
or his
gonna be
ability.
exactly. I don't think it's gonna be Declan Rice because the way Chelsea is pushing through this transfer window, like nobody knew that Giroud is going to stay. Like every source, Fabrizio, Matlaw, all those folks, all predicted Giroud was going to be leaving Chelsea this season or this summer. Like the game the game on Saturday was his last, right? Giroud probably will looked at it and said, I heard he got offers from AC Milan, but even because his extended contract had lower wages. But I heard that even the lower wages, AC Milan could not match that. So he looked at it and said, you know what? I'll just stay at Chelsea. At least, the World Cup is not till November next year. So even if I stay in Chelsea, you know, get rack up the cash, get some minutes. Who knows? Win another trophy. Who knows? Win the Premier League.
Giroud would be a
Guess
perfect
what?
fit at AC Milan. It's a slower league. He would excel there and perform very well. He's won everything that there is to win in English football. He's a
No,
World Cup winner.
He's not won.
The guy's
He's
had a
not won
nice
the Premier
career.
League.
Yeah, he hasn't
He's
won the
not won the
Premier
Premier
League.
League. Yeah, he's looking at the Premier League.
And
He needs to win the Premier League.
Yeah,
and
He's
plus
looking
players
at it
like
big time.
players like Giroud and Thiago Silva, they're good for the dressing room. They're.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Because guess what? In a 38 game season, you always have moments where the youngsters' heads drop, right? Maybe they get a draw here, they get a loss here. You know, it's those big characters in the dressing room that say, "Hey, coach, put me in the next game. I'm ready to get in and get stuck in and get us a win today." So those are the kind of characters you need to win the title. I remember when Mourinho wanted to win the title in 2014-15, he brought back Drogba, right? He
Yeah,
didn't bring Drogba to score 20 goals. He brought Drogba because he needed to teach folks like Diego Costa, Fabregas, Hazard. Those guys had never won the title by then, right? They needed to understand and know how to win the title. To win the title over 38 games, you need characters in the dressing room. You look at the Centurion season with Manchester City, you see that Vincent Company played a very huge role. I remember a game they were actually drawing or they weren't. It was 0-0, and Vincent Company just took a shot. Boom, it was a goal. That kind of galvanized that team and made them to keep believing they can win the title. Yeah, I think Giroud staying is a big plus because Giroud's not going to kick up a fuss if he doesn't play games. Giroud
yeah,
is
that's
just
true.
there to, yeah, he's there. He's there to
He knows
just
his
keep.
position. He knows he's a role player. He's there to mentor and come off the bench and
Yep,
play in those UCL group
exactly.
stage games, last 5 minutes to play in those
Yeah,
EFL Cup games.
yeah. And
So
you
if
know
he's
what?
content with
I
that,
saw,
then
I saw a stat today that said Giroud has scored a goal in every 107 minutes he has played for Chelsea. That's a fantastic statistic. Like, I was
wow,
like, geez, that is amazing. Like, this guy actually guarantees a goal every 107 minutes.
that,
That's
that's
incredible.
very good
That's
actually.
a,
I did not know that.
that's yeah, that's an incredible start. So I think all those things are things
He's a
that
big game
Giroud
player.
and
He's clutch.
he's a big game player. He will score. He's a clutch big game player, right? So I think all these things are, and I think Tuchel likes him as a person. I think so. I think so. So all those things are things that Tuchel and Mari, because I think they sat today, Marina and Tuchel. I think the meeting was today, yesterday and today, right? So they probably discussed targets and all that. Nobody knows. So if any journalist comes to tell you, hey, Chelsea's going after this player, that player, I
Is a
think
lie.
this summer Chelsea is not telling anybody who they are
Who
going
they want to
after.
sign?
They-
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
they're just going to go pick the players
And
they want
sign.
to sign. I think they and just sign the player. Yeah. So all those things of hey, Declan Rice. I don't think Chelsea's going after many players that we've seen. And I still
yeah,
believe that most of the players that will sign this summer are players that will probably maybe we've heard of, but are not players that will probably always see or expect, right? Because Tuchel has his own ideas. Remember, he
Yep.
has the players that he knows he's watched, and he knows what the team needs. So I don't think Tuchel will watch Declan Rice a lot. I don't think so. And also, I also wanted to add something. You know this guy, Ruben Loftus Chick? People said, oh, we might be selling him. Guess what? If that guy shows up in preseason, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you guys
we can
hear
hear
me?
fine.
Yeah, if
hey, we can
if,
hear
if
you.
Loftus Cheek shows up in preseason and is actually can be used as an alternate striker, and Tuchel coaches him and he's in good shape. Oh, I think we might just have a striker there. I think that's a striker. People will be like, oh, it's not possible. But guess what? The main thing is the tactical coaching from the coach, right? As long as you have a tactical coach, like there's some players that were developed by the coaches, like Thierry Henry, right? Used to be a winger, like a left winger, and when he moved to Juventus, he was still a winger from Monaco back in the 90s. And when he came to Arsenal, Arsene Wenger converted him to a striker, and showed him how to use his pace to actually find space and score. And he became a very deadly guy. I'm not comparing Henry to Loftus Cheek. I'm just saying that with a very good coach, you can actually get something out of players that you'd be like, this guy is finished. Whoever knew Victor Moses was a good wing back? I didn't give him a chance. I was like, this guy, I don't even know what he is. Is he a fullback? Is he a winger? Is he a midfielder? But guess what? He became the Joker in 2017. So I don't know. See anybody that's saying, "Oh, Chelsea's after this player or that player or the submitted bid," I don't believe them. I tell you, because I think Chelsea's going to do their business very quiet this summer. They're going to buy. I think we're going to buy up to 4 players, but I can't say, hey, these are the players we're going to
Emmy, can I quickly add to your point about Chelsea operating really quiet in the market? Because obviously, you see Man United, like if you look at all their sources, they're always saying United is going to sign Varane, United is going to sign Sancho, United is going to sign every single player on the face of the planet, right? But Chelsea, I barely see any Sancho rumors. I barely see any Chouameni rumors, to be honest. All those things. Chelsea are moving quiet in the market, and after the Euros, people are going to be surprised.
Yep, I think they already know who they're going to sign.
Yeah.
I think they already know who they're going to sign, and also, the coach, that's Tuchel, has the players, the characteristics of players, because he must have been talking to Peter Cech all this while. Because remember, Peter Cech and Tuchel this year, their offices are next to each other in Cobham, right? So and they share ideas non-stop. He must have told, and Cech is close to Marina, so definitely, Cech must have told Marina, hey, these are the kind of players that we're looking for. And Marina is actually looking, but they're very, very quiet. They're not. That's why people say this Haaland deal, Chelsea's going for Haaland. I don't think so. I don't think so because, one, I think Haaland is staying in Dortmund. Two, I don't think Chelsea wants to deal with Mino Raiola. Not after being European champions. No, not happening. Who knows? Chelsea might just go buy Mbappe.
It's possible, though. It's very possible.
Who knows? Like, I'm telling you, even last summer,
Chelsea has the money.
Because Emmy, you look at last summer, our business last summer, a lot of it was very quiet.
It was very quiet. The only one that was loud is Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz was the one that was loud.
Havertz was the only one because we were targeting like Havertz was but everyone else was very quiet. Thiago Silva was quite abrupt as well. So I like the way
Thiago Silva. Yeah, Thiago Silva's zone was very quick. Like right after the finals, boom. It just, next thing, Thiago Silva was already in, raising a Chelsea share. That was just, that was really quiet and quick.
Guys, I'm hearing a background from someone. Who's that? Please mute yourself. Continue.
But like.
Who is that? Is someone driving, or are they doing like a tap water?
I just because
somebody on the road.
An amazing point about our transfer. So people are sleeping on Chelsea with like the Sancho transfer, those kind of transfers.
Can I say something quick?
Sure.
I just wanted to comment on the Sancho and Chelsea Man United news. I don't think Chelsea should get Sancho, and I think Man United are going to get him. In my opinion, Chelsea's interest shouldn't be in Sancho because you decided to buy Ziyech, Pulisic, Havertz. You have Hudson-Odoi. You have young players that need developing, and Tuchel just signed a new deal, so he needs to be focusing on those young attacking players. Buying Sancho is just going to stunt the growth of Hudson-Odoi, who I think is a very talented player.
Hudson-Odoi and Sancho can play on the same team, no problem.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you buy Sancho, Hudson-Odoi is not going to play. So, and I think
exactly. That's why, for me, Sancho is not even in our primary target position. Chelsea should be looking for a center midfielder and a 9.
Play on the left wing easy.
The bro, we have Havertz, Mason Mount, Cho, Reece James.
If you play Hudson-Odoi on the left and Sancho on the right, then Pulisic doesn't play. So someone's missing out.
Rotation.
Yeah, but you're not
understanding. We have 60 games next season, though, for sure.
Of course, they're all going to
play. There's no way Pulisic.
But none of them want to. None of them want to go on the bench. I don't think Pulisic deserves to be on the bench.
Can I just finish what I was saying?
Let him finish.
Yeah, of course there'll be opportunities for everyone to play. I'm not saying no one will get game time, but what I'm saying is you prioritizing Sancho is going to mean other players are not going to fully develop. I.e., look at Loftus-Cheek. Maybe if Loftus-Cheek played more and didn't get injured as much, he would have developed into a better player. So what I'm saying is, I think Sancho should join Man United, where he's guaranteed to start and be the main man.
Sancho.
Because
and guaranteed
because
to trust the process for 11 years.
but for example, say Sancho did join Chelsea and was struggling in the first 2 months, he could be on the bench. Pulisic might start ahead of him, Havertz, Ziyech. So there's no guarantee he's going to start. If you're Chelsea, you should be focusing on a centre mid and a striker and a defender. And my last point.
Go ahead.
My last point was I rate Hudson-Odoi. He's a very talented player. I see him in Ghana kicking ball with all those people. If you guys have seen that, but at one point, Hudson-Odoi was actually better than Sancho at 17, 18 years old. Hudson-Odoi was better than Sancho. So
he was.
I say, I say Chelsea,
true.
go get Haaland or a striker. Don't get Sancho. Leave him to Man United. There'll be another winger that you can get in a few years if you want to get a winger. That's all.
I agree with you because Hudson-Odoi, when they were all 17 or 16, 17, Hudson-Odoi was actually, given the highest
Reece
ceiling
Nelson was
compared
considered
to
to be
Sancho.
better than Sancho. At that
but
age.
what happened? Sancho got game time.
Guys,
Sancho
we just won the Champions League. I don't want to hear Chelsea going into the market to buy squad depth. Sancho's not coming to Chelsea to sit on the bench. He goes to Manchester United. He's going to play every single minute of every big game. But at Chelsea, none of these boys deserve to be on the bench. You can't tell me that Pulisic has to be on the bench for a guy coming from Borussia Dortmund, a young player just the same age as him with no
Pulisic
prestige.
is extremely unreliable. And we only have, can I just make this point?
He's unreliable because he hasn't been playing.
That I can say are proper wing. Hakim Ziyech is not a winger in my opinion. No, we need a winger who can operate in tight spaces that we can rely on. We can't rely on Cho because he's extremely inconsistent. We can't rely on Pulisic because he's young.
If you give Hudson-Odoi game time, so that's what this guy was saying.
No, I understand.
If Hudson-Odoi is giving 5 games,
much better on the left.
Exactly.
If he's giving game time, like 5 in a run of games.
Can I just say this quick?
We need a wing.
I guarantee. If Sancho stayed at Man City,
I'd prefer Dembele than Sancho if we're looking for a winger, which I don't think we're in the market for. But where push comes to shove, I'd take Dembele and he could start for us. But not you can't tell me that Sancho is better than Pulisic just like that. Period. Point blank. Period.
You're telling me?
And neither of them want to be on the bench. No, you can't say that. You can't say that with a straight face.
Guy got 14 goals and 18 assists.
But Pulisic,
remember that's the Bundesliga. That's the Bundesliga, though. Another thing is, Sancho has not been proven in the Premier League, right? When he played for Manchester City, he struggled, right?
Last year,
Dembele comes to Chelsea. He's he's head and shoulders above all of our wingers, and he's gonna make our team better from day one.
He is.
But Sancho is no guarantee
from day one. He is.
I agree. I think
so. And that's not even a position Chelsea should be looking for. As I'm saying, push comes to shove. Worst case scenario, I'd take Dembele over Sancho because Sancho's kind of a risk.
Are you going to pay 90 million for Sancho? Because you got to think, you paid 100 million. You paid 100 million for Havertz. You have to build a team around him. You have to, because that's your investment.
Exactly.
That's your major investment.
What's going on?
What's that?
Somebody mute that. Sounds like a female dog.
Chimere. You know how you're saying Sancho would be a great signing, how these Chelsea fans are saying that. I guarantee if Sancho would have stayed at Man City right till now, you would be saying the similar things that you're saying about Hudson-Odoi. Sancho is inconsistent. You need to give these young players games. Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi.
Your point was that
Marley was saying the same thing.
Odoi was much better than him at 17. Reece Nelson was better than him at 17. So that
because those guys didn't get to play like that, bro. That's what you're not getting.
Pardon?
Young players have to play consistently to get better. That's the only way they'll get better.
So you guys are genuinely.
Or they'll end up like Loftus-Cheek, people like that. That's 25.
Pulisic
Lingard
is a better player than Jadon Sancho.
We don't know because Pulisic has been playing.
I would say they're just about the same. I don't think that one of them is so much better that the other one has to sit on the bench for half of a big crucial game. It's not good for development.
You think so because
I say stick with the one that has experience playing. 30 minutes in the CL final. Actually, contributing to the team, good with the team chemistry. I'd say stick with him.
Look
One
at
of
And then
Pulisic's
also,
performance against Villa.
and
No,
then just in case we don't get that striker that we're looking for, right? I don't mind us getting another inside forward like Dembele,
exactly,
um,
and play Havertz as
someone that
striker.
can get those goals. Because guess what? We
Sancho
scored only
provides that.
58. We scored only 58 goals this season in the Premier League, which was by far one of the lowest ever. To get a top four position in the league.
Emmy, but don't you agree that we need a player that we can rely on consistently to break down low blocks that can
You can't,
operate
you
in
can't,
tight
you can't say
spaces?
that Sancho's going to come in. Sancho is one of the most coveted players in the world. He's going
Yeah,
to come in with
Sancho,
so much pressure.
and that's
Chelsea
90
are basically
million.
going to have to win the Premier League
90
with him
million.
every.
That's not my point.
It's
No,
too
you're
much
evading my
to.
point. I'm saying, don't you think Chelsea need a player that we can rely on
Yeah, I
consistently
agree.
to operate in tight
Yeah,
spaces and break down low
yes.
blocks? That's my
Oh
question.
yes,
Yes, but
I
you have
agree.
Thank
I
you.
agree. I agree. We need a player for that profile
Exactly.
right?
And the only reason
And
why
for
you
sure,
didn't notice it is
and
because
for
we
sure,
didn't play with
and
a
for
lot of
sure.
wingers this year
Yeah,
under
I
Tuchel.
agree. And the reason
Okay.
exactly this season with Tuchel, he didn't play with wingers. He played with wing backs and
Tens.
also
Tens.
attacking midfielders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Next season we're going to play with real wingers, like real with. That's why he's saying that next season Hudson-Odoi is going to play a big role in the season next year
of
because
course.
Yeah,
of course
look, I know, but guess
Hudson-Odoi
what I'm
is one
saying?
of our main. Hudson-Odoi is one of our main wingers. To me, I still think he's our only natural winger, and it's not even enough for us as a big
Yeah.
team because if you look at Bayern has like 3, 4 natural wingers, and they want to buy more because these days the threats come from the width, right? The threats people
So
get
true,
more
bro.
goals from your wide players. That's why you see Salah and the rest, Robin, those kind of profile of players is what we're looking for. Because I don't think we'll get a striker. Let me just be very honest with everyone on this forum. I don't think Chelsea's going to sign a striker because there is actually no striker in the market that you know that that is available. Period.
There's
Haaland
Haaland,
is not available.
Harry
Haaland is not
Kane.
available. Harry Kane is going
And
to
Harry
Man
Kane
City. He's
is
almost
not feasible.
is he's not. He's almost as good as done, right?
Yeah,
Um,
Emmy,
There
Lukaku,
was Lukaku.
Lukaku, Lukaku has said that he wants to stay at Inter. Now, whether that was just a PR statement or he was just trying to
He denied Chelsea flat out.
yeah. So I
Emmy.
don't know what that is, but
wait,
what I know is what I'm seeing is I'm hearing Tuchel. I'm hearing him say things like he doesn't mind going in with the same players just to add a couple of players in. You understand? So I'm seeing he's already thinking of that solution already
no,
without
Emmy,
a
because
natural striker.
Tuchel doesn't want an overhaul. Tuchel just wants 2 or 3 really good players. He doesn't want like last summer where we bought like what 6 players. He just
No, I
wants
don't think we
two
were
or
buying
three,
6 players this
and he only
summer.
wants
Yeah,
his first
but
or second choices, right? So yeah. I, and Abdi, did you say that Kane was a possibility?
Nah, he said it's not. Pretty much, you're saying it
It's
wasn't.
not a possibility. The only chance is
yeah,
Lukaku, and
Wait,
Lukaku's
Samuel,
pretty good.
Samuel. I'm not sure if y'all heard the news or the rumors earlier today. I heard we're interested in that striker who plays for Salzburg, Red Bull Salzburg. I forgot his name, the Dutch
Daka.
Oh,
striker.
Oh,
Patson
Paps,
Daka.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
yeah.
I heard
I
I
think
he's
don't
like
know.
he's a
Liverpool are
cheaper
in for him.
option than Lukaku, Holland, and
Yeah, but
yeah.
Better
Stefan,
I
I
option
think
than
made this point.
Lukaku.
I already made this point. Tuchel already said he only wants 2 or 3 really good players. Patson Daka is a fourth, fifth choice. We only want our first or second choice, maybe our third choice, if it's Harry
I
Kane,
don't
Erling
see
Haaland, and Son.
Sam. That's what we're talking about right now, right?
There's
Saying
nobody out there.
that nobody knows what Chelsea is going to do in the summer. Like
Yeah,
we think we know, but guess what? Tuchel might have gone to study players that he probably has in mind, and all these names that are being thrown everywhere, might not even be any of those players. Remember when Tuchel bought Dembele into Dortmund back in 2015? Nobody knew Dembele. He was just a regular boy that played for Rons, right, in France. He went, picked the guy up, trained him, taught him how to utilize his abilities, and turned him to a £140 million player.
Yeah, and is now saying
So
he's one of the best players he ever managed.
and guess what? I won't be surprised. Tuchel has like 3 or 4 different players that he sees would add to this team that most people don't really know who they are. Or maybe they've never even heard of them before. And those guys come in and do the work.
Yeah, it might have
Because
been somebody that he played against
Tuchel
in
is
France or in Germany that he had his
exactly
eye on.
Tuchel is all about outputs. He's not there for big games. That's why when he went to PSG, he suffered in PSG because he couldn't coach in PSG. Mbappe, those guys are all made guys, and Tuchel flourishes. I think his system and his style flourishes. For in teams where I'm not saying that they are
He has
unknowns.
control.
They
He has
have
his own say
quality.
so. He can stamp his
Exactly,
authority
exactly,
and have him playing in his own
exactly.
image.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And he will not go by Sancho because Sancho is not going to press. Let's be very frank. Sancho is not going to press from the front. And Tuchel's system, you need to press from the front. Very
Is Odoi
important.
gonna press?
Like
yes.
Odoi, yes. Odoi believes in Tuchel. You can see their eyes. See, Tuchel and Odoi is like father and son.
But
If you
Joy's
have a
gonna
kid,
fight for
or
the
if you,
badge, man. He's gonna track those
oh
hard
yeah,
yards.
Okay.
oh yeah.
So
Because Hudson Odoi is not Hudson Odoi grew up in Chelsea, right? So he's Chelsea true and true.
Yeah,
Sancho is not. Sancho is here to earn a salary and make
yeah,
a
and
brand of
that's
himself.
the thing. You say that we don't know what we need. I think it's pretty obvious. Chelsea should be They had to work from the spine. I think they should look for a goalkeeper for that 1 month that that he's gonna go to AFCON. What's his name? Mendy. A central defender, a central midfielder, and a striker. If we're going for wingers, I'd take back Willian and Hazard. If I'm
oh
being
my
totally honest.
No,
god.
no, 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 no,
No,
no,
no,
no.
no, no, no,
I
no,
don't think
no.
Chelsea are in the
This
market
Why?
for
year,
a wide
this
player. We
year,
have enough players to fit that profile. We need a clinical goal scorer, a good central midfielder to
exactly.
play alongside Kante,
No,
and
no.
another central defender because a lot of our defenders are either injury
I
prone,
think
wanting to leave the club,
you're
or
not
aging.
looking into the future,
I
bro.
mean, like,
Just because the system under
The
Tuchel
the
has been
Hazard the
number
Hazard
10,
the Hazard the Hazard era ended when we won the Champions League on
we need a
Saturday.
player like Sancho.
That was
Whether it be
Yeah, it was
Sancho or
over.
Grealish, we need one
I
of them.
I
We do.
I think we need someone like like Sam is saying. We definitely need a wide forward that can help break low
No,
blocks.
Yes, we do.
We
You,
do
because
because
under
you know
Tuchel's
why. Let me
system,
tell let me tell let me let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Right. So Pulisic is someone that has his moments in the season. He's not going to give you 8/10 for the 38 games, right? He might be strong in the last 16, 18 games, right? But you need someone that's going to show up in November or October and carry the team, and score the goals or provide assists through those very, very winter months. The league is always won by January,
I think
by
I think Pulisic would flourish if he knew, and he does now know that the manager is going to be with us for at least a few years. That he's got that backing. You could play Pulisic in all those games against lower level competition in the EFL Cup,
but
also group
Pulisic
stages
but,
of the
but
Champions
Pulisic
League.
but Pulisic gets injured easily. Like he is not someone that I don't think Pulisic has played 35 games in his career in a season. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think he's played up to 35 games in his career a season, and that's not on
He's
him. It's
still
just
young though.
unfortunate. It's just his body. Yeah, he's still young. It's his body. He doesn't
It's
have
raw
the
and it's raw.
exactly. Well, I don't know if he's raw, but I think the way he needs to modify his game, to be able to play, play longer and play more without being hurt because. The way he plays, for sure, he always strains his muscle. He has muscle issues. So I don't mind Chelsea going to get that profile of player that can dribble and attract players to themselves and create space for others. Because let's be very frank, what's his name? Werner cannot dribble. He cannot dribble. He can only take players out or either using a dummy pass or something, but He's not that player that's going to take a player on one-on-one. And you need those kind of players.
Werner can only attack when there's space, and there's no space against low block teams. That's our biggest issue, right?
Yeah, and if you notice, one of the reasons why we lost to teams like Arsenal, like teams like West Brom, was because they're low block teams, right?
Yeah.
They're low block teams. They catch us on the break, and boom! It's not like they don't come at you, and they just sit in front of their 18-yard box with their 10 players, and they just wait and wait until you make a mistake, and boom, they're at you. So I remember very well. If you look at any team that's won the league, they have players that
Yeah.
can make that space for a low block team. Because as soon as the Premier League finds out that you're scoring 4 goals, 5 goals, by December, most of the teams that will be playing you will actually adopt a low block against you because one, they don't want to lose goals. Two, they want to see if they can catch you on the break because they know if they come at you, you have the quality to find space and beat them. The reason why City actually did very well this season in the Premier League without a striker was because they were able to create that space and they were able to actually, you know,
They were able to
draw
penetrate in tight
draw
spaces.
Yes, they were able to pass through very tight spaces, and they did the strategy. They had a strategy of just pushing the ball wide, bringing the ball back to the middle, kind of stretching teams continuously until they got tired, and then they were able to penetrate and score. So
Yeah.
I think we still need that kind of player. I'm not saying Sancho is the answer. I would take Usman Dembele, and he'll be cheaper because I know for sure Barcelona wants to sell either Dembele or Coutinho in this window because I think they bought Aguero and Messi staying. I don't see how they keep all those attacking players in the team at the same time with Griezmann and the rest. I think Usman Dembele will come for cheap. If you give them 50 million euros, which is less than 45 million pounds, about 45 million pounds, they'll sell cash. They'll sell Usman Dembele.
That's true. Though. So,
And
give me your take on Tuchel signing 2 years deal. Is that does that strike you as a long term process in terms of watching?
yes,
We know about the
yes.
hiring and firing, but him signing a 2 years deal that give you like a confidence or like, oh, now we have a manager we
Oh
can
yeah.
depend on for the foreseeable
Oh
future.
yeah. Oh yes, for sure. It's actually a very good thing now because all the players will now know that Tuchel is going to be here. First of all, Tuchel is a very hungry manager. He wants another title. He wants the champ. He wants to use. I'm sorry, the Premier League next year. And this season we have the chance to actually win the Super Cup and the World Club Cup. By December, which is
By
two
December.
trophies, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So those players would now, and with the incoming players that are coming in,
Yeah.
they will be. Tuchel is going to make them very hungry because he's not going to say, "Hey," and remember, Tuchel does not have a regular 11, right?
Yeah.
He chooses a team based on the solution he's probably has come up with to actually beat the opposition. So, I think it's very very good that Chelsea gave him till 2024, because that would bring some stability in the team. Period. And players will now say, okay, he's not going anywhere. So if I want to advance my career, I need to play with all my heart for him because this club can actually replace me, and it's a fact, right? Because you can see the number of players Chelsea's let go this summer already. Like today, I think they let go of like seven players already, and they'll let go of more if you become redundant in your development. They'll let you go, because Chelsea is just there to win, and that's why Tuchel is very key. Because if you look around Europe right now, Tuchel is top three coaches in Europe currently. I'm sure I'll tell you this: if Madrid had the opportunity to sign Tuchel or Barcelona, if he was available, they'll sign him immediately, right? So I'm sure that's why Chelsea actually ran and just secured the bag, and then the process we were talking about last season with Lampard, right? Oh,
Yeah.
that it's now that the process is about to start, right? But Tuchel doesn't even care about the process; he's about results, right? And getting him in for a longer term contract, and him having that relationship with Marina and Czech, and will only take Chelsea to even better, greater heights and actually winning more trophies. And believe me, man, we are going to win that league in the next 2 years. I don't know where I'll win it next summer and the next year. I don't know. But I know in 2 seasons, Chelsea will win the league.
Chelsea are going to win the Premier League this coming season. Mark my
I
word.
don't know.
Guaranteed.
Okay,
I don't know.
Abdi,
I don't know.
if you say that, wait, can I just quickly say, Abdi, if you want Chelsea to win the Premier League, right? You want Chelsea to get a player who can operate in tight spaces and who can help us penetrate low blocks. That's been our biggest issue. Just because we played well in the Champions League where we had all that space to exploit and we were successful, that works against big teams. Yes, it's perfect. But in a Premier League where we have all these games against low blocks, stubborn low blocks, you need a player that can penetrate tight spaces, bro.
I think Hazard can do a decent job at that.
Pardon?
Hazard is not coming. Don't worry. Hazard
is finished. Hazard is finished.
Madrid just signed Ancelotti, and I think Ancelotti has said it that Hazard and Bale are going to be very key in his team next season. So let's forget Hazard.
Would you spend 50 million on a finished Hazard, or would you spend 80 million on a young, promising Jadon Sancho?
I think it's too much pressure on him.
If I have 15 million pounds today, I'll go and give it to Barcelona and get Ousmane Dembele.
Yes. That I agree with that. But but as far as what's most realistic, I think he's going to Manchester United.
Ishati, we create chances versus low blocks. Yeah.
We don't create clear cut chances.
We just don't have a clinical finisher.
No. We don't create clear cut chances.
This is an issue.
We create chances, but we don't create clear cut chances. You see, let me tell you what a clear cut chance is. You see the pass from Mount to Havertz for the Champions League goal? That's a clear cut chance.
That's space. That's against a big team.
Yes. How many times?
And how many times? What happened with inside the box in the first 15 minutes? What when Timo looked like he was playing with like skating shoes and hit the ball off of himself? How many times this season has that happened? Against West Brom, how many times were we hitting the post? We were inside the penalty box. And just making, even against Aston Villa, what's his name? Mason Mount, inside the box. He missed a shot. It's about being clinical, and I'm sure that with more training sessions and with a clean slate where they don't have to, carry the burden of what Lampard did in the first, 4 months of the season, starting from scratch, I think Chelsea, if they got a clinical finisher and have that desire and we don't add too many different players, I think that we just have to focus on our finishing, because Chelsea are getting into good positions. We do look at Burnley. What other team sits in a low block?
Crystal Palace.
These teams that don't want to come out. No, Crystal Palace are actually engaged, believe it or not. I'm talking about 15 and below, 15th place and below. So Burnley, Fulham, teams that literally don't even want to come outside of their own half, play with 10 men behind the ball and one striker, hoof it up to him and play off of that. Teams like that, when you talk about a low block, we actually perform all right. We get into dangerous positions on the flank, cross balls, and it's about our clinical finishing, and that's the mentality.
It's not going to be good enough to win a league. I'll tell you this much.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, exactly. So if you think that's going to be consistent enough for us to win the league, it's not going to happen.
It's not winning us a league.
Yeah, we'll get top 4. We'll get top 3 probably.
What are you talking about?
You know why? Let me put this straight. To win the league, you have to be the most consistent team over 38 games, right? Exactly. And that means that if Man City wins today, you have to win. If Man City wins next week, you have to win next week. You can't draw. You can't draw points. And Man City is winning because Man City knows how to win the league. So we're going against a team that has won the last 3 of the last 4 Premier League titles. They know how to win the league. They know how to. We don't know how to win the league. We've never done it before, at least in the last 4 seasons, right?
We need to improve.
Last 5 seasons. So for us to say we're going to use the same set of mindset, and that's why you need those kind of players like Giroud in the dressing room, because I'm not saying Giroud has won the league either, but he's a senior player that would be able to come clutch or probably even motivate, whoever will buy. Now, what I was saying earlier was, I don't know if Chelsea is going to buy a big game striker this summer. The reason being that, Lukaku looks like he's going to stay at Inter. I think Inter is going to raise the money they need by selling Hakimi to PSG. I don't think they will probably. I don't think they will sell more than Hakimi right now. And then guess what? Haaland is staying at Borussia Dortmund because they have a very new, fantastic coach in Marco Ross, right? He wants to be in Champions League, and he probably sees, they have wealth of talent in Borussia Dortmund. Who else? Kane. Kane is going to Manchester City. I think that's almost as good as, it's the most hidden truth in British football. So that leaves you with who? Nobody, or maybe the Wolfsburg striker or the the RB Salzburg striker. I don't think Chelsea wants to go spend that kind of money, or even or just throw away money for some for players that might not be here long term, or they don't see as a long term future. I think Chelsea would look for another. I think Tuchel would look for another solution, to find a way we can score goals, because for sure, we scored only 58 goals this season in the Premier League. We need to score at least 75 goals. So that's the gap. The gap is how many goals? 58 minus 75
That's
minus
20
58,
something. That's 20 something.
about 20 something. So that tells you we need two solid different players that can give us an output of at least 10 goals and 5 assists each. And that's something that's
Guys, send
huge.
super chat,
And
guys.
Emmy, what
Send
I'm
super
trying
chat, guys. Send super chat. Question and answers, guys. Continue, Emmy.
Yeah, and that's very huge because you cannot get that. So when you look at the gap that we need to get in terms of scoring goals, like, so people keep saying, "Oh, we create chances, we create chances, we create." I believe we create. I know we create chances, but we don't create clear cut chances. Haaland misses some of those chances that what's his name was Werner misses. But the thing is, he gets a lot of chances and he puts most of them away, right? So
Mo, this thing you
it,
are saying now, I won't believe until I see Romelu Lukaku kind of actually put Chelsea clothes on his body. I still won't believe this thing.
Bro,
Abdullahi,
Lukaku
no,
could
no,
win
no,
us the
no,
league,
no,
man.
no. This is
That's how much of
inaccurate.
a clinical. He's literally like the final piece. Like I'd be happy with Lukaku and zero other signings. That's how much confidence I have behind him. But the only
Yeah,
thing is on his. The ball
that's
is
idyllic, bro.
no pun intended, but the ball is in his court. He did an interview with Belgian
yes,
TV where he said he's confident with Inzaghi coming in as opposed to Tuchel and wants to stay there and
yeah,
build a dynasty
yeah.
with Milan. Now that
Well,
Kante is gone.
because you know why? I think next season Juventus wins the league again because they've gone to go get Allegri, who knows how to win the league, right? And when you look at, well, I know
Emmy, can I
Mourinho
just
is
say
there, but
something
I
about
don't
those
I don't think
Lukaku
they have.
rumors? Look,
Yeah, go ahead.
if a player knows that a club is willing to spend over 100 million euros on him, and they have put him as a priority target over a player like Erling Haaland, he would never, so much as to dare to say that I am staying. Never. There's a reason why he said that. Chelsea
So
haven't
why do you think he
prioritized
said? Why do you
Lukaku
think he said? Why do you think he said that?
because it's perfectly possible that Chelsea are not looking at Lukaku as the main man, the number one option. And
But
maybe for
but
that
but
reason,
uh-huh.
maybe for
It
that
was
reason,
rumored.
he's saying,
It was
okay,
rumored that he's.
if I'm not gonna be the main man, if I'm not the main target, if they're not to put all their trust in me, I am not
Mhm.
going to, wait for them to sign me. A player
Because
doesn't just go on and say that.
yeah, because you know what? I heard that Lukaku's agent was in Porto on Saturday,
It's
to
a
meet
Roman
with
Abramovich
Chelsea.
best friend. With Zaha agent, it's the same agent with Lukaku too. He and Roman are very, very close, very, very close together.
So
Exactly,
is
and I
Pini
heard he
Zahavi.
was. I heard is he Pini Zahavi? Yeah. So
It
Yeah,
isn't.
I
Penny
But
heard
Zahavi,
I'm
yeah,
he.
just
Penny
saying the
Zahavi,
agent
yeah.
thing doesn't matter. As long as Chelsea don't prioritize Lukaku, and we haven't, he's like our third option. He's not gonna come.
I don't think he's our third option. I'm hearing. I'm hearing that I there were so many rumors on Saturday when we won the Champions League that you know Roman is actually wanting to sign Lukaku. Now the thing I think what's going on is the Lukaku has a buyout clause. I think 120 million pounds
Mm-hmm.
thereabouts.
Yeah.
I think so Chelsea has told Lukaku, hey, we're ready to pay you X amount, but your sign your release clause is too high. If you can bring
Okay,
it down to,
so then
if you
if
can bring
if he knew that
so
Chelsea would
the
pay
thing
that, you
so
think he would
so
come
the
out and
thing
talk?
is now the thing now is Chelsea wants them to bring down the release clause to around 90 million pounds, which is 105 million euros, and they see that as something that they would be able to push through. But the problem is, I think where there's a snag is Inter Milan wants 120 million pounds for Lukaku if they're going to sell.
But if a player knew
And
that a club didn't necessarily want him like that, do you think he would have come out in public and say, "I'm staying and I'm happy with the new manager"? No.
oh, that could also be a ploy. I don't believe anything any player says. You know why? Because all these guys, all of them, they know what's going on behind the scenes. It could also just be a ploy to say, "Hey, Chelsea, if you guys want me, you better come for me before the Euro starts." So that that's also a pressure ploy. It's all negotiation tactics, right? He pretty much said it there that, hey, I'm staying at Inter. But guess what? Don't be surprised things change during the summer and there's a different language, right? Because guess what? It's not a guarantee that he'll win with Simeone Inzaghi, because Inzaghi is it's not like he's a greenhorn, but he's not won the league before in Serie A. And although they're keeping most of their players, Inter, they still have financial struggles. So I'll just keep I'll keep I'll keep I'll just keep that in the just I'll just keep watching that development, as the summer progresses. But I think one good thing is we have a very good manager who can find a different solution for us to score goals, for us to challenge next season. And even if it means us being even tighter in defense and not conceding much, he will find that solution for us to get games. Sorry, for us to win games consistently next season. The only thing I see is we might run dry if we continue with this same team. I see at, at the stage of 25, 26 games into the league, they might run dry. They don't have the energy to compete with Man City over 38 games. Because over 38 games, I tell you, after Christmas, you get tired. You will get tired. Especially when you run
It's all about
for the first 90.
minimizing the squad and having a squad depth.
The squad depth is very key, right? And if you look at the season we won the league with Mourinho the last time, 2014-15, we were blowing teams away before Christmas.
Yeah.
After we lost to Tottenham in the first game of the year in January, after we lost to Tottenham in their stadium, guess what? We managed the remaining 18 games, until we won the league. We said, winning just 1-0 consecutive, very conservative, approach. And to win the league, just like I said, you just have to be the most consistent team. Like even Man City this season, they didn't score many goals, right? They didn't score as many goals as they normally do, but they were just the most consistent team over the time. And before, week 30 of the league, or sorry, week 27 of the league, their heads were already above water and they could see the line, right? And that's what you just need. And they went on a very long run. Remember, on Christmas Day, Man City was fifth or sixth. They were
Mhm.
sixth or so. They were sixth. After they beat us in January, they went to fourth, right? So they just went on a very long run from January through March and April. They were very consistent in that period. They just went on a winning streak. Gundogan was scoring a lot of goals. So what I'm saying is, do we really need a striker, or
Yeah,
can we get a solution that gives us
Emmy. What I'm
that
thinking
gives us
is,
goals?
we're looking at football and we're seeing like Man City, for example, with the false nine. Could we get, for example, maybe even if it was just for this season, the false nine has worked in this new era of football. So could we rely on Havertz to be our false nine and get wingers, maybe like a Dembele or a Sancho, to help contribute to that? You look at that City team and you see that, right?
Oh, I
Mhm.
understand what Simon is like a creativity player.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because
someone
he
that'll
could
get you,
survive with
someone
a
that'll
false
get
nine.
you, someone that'll get you 10 goals, 5 assists. So it's not like the person's going to give you 20 goals, right? So instead of someone giving one person giving you 25 goals or 20 goals, like Diego Costa did in 2014-15, guess what? You can get two players that will give you 10 goals and 5 assists. That's 20 goals and 10 assists. That
Exactly.
that gets you over the line. Period. You understand? Based on with what added to what we have now, because I believe that we would also see some players step up next season. Timo Werner will score more goals. Havertz will score more goals. I also think Mason Mount will score more goals than this season. I won't raise it up significantly, but currently we're starting at 58 goals. It's not good enough to win the league. At least you need 75 goals, and that's a big gap to fill. You definitely need two very good players that can score, and also we don't have midfielders that can shoot. Like our midfielders, like Kovacic and Jorginho. That's why I see us getting another a different profile of midfielder that can actually get us those goals. And
Do you
also
think about Nicola Barella of Inter Milan?
they are not selling Barella for anything. It's like us selling Mason Mount. It's not going to happen.
Or what of Locatelli? Locatelli of Sassuolo.
The Locatelli one. I'm seeing him staying at Italy because most Italian young players are very they prefer to stay in Italy to develop. I don't see him going abroad at this stage of his career. So I'm thinking Locatelli is probably going to Juventus this summer.
Yeah.
I don't see him moving. I don't see him moving. To be very honest, out of Italy. It's just a trend with young. Remember, before Barella went to Inter from Cagliari, Sarri wanted to buy Barella, right? We
Yeah.
actually, we were, that winter, that was our main winter target, but he just wouldn't come. And to even think of it, then we had Zola, who is also an Andalusian. They come from the same area. Him and Barella come from the same area in Italy, the same tribe. But he wasn't able to pull Barella in because Barella said at the time, he's too young to go abroad. He wants to stay. He wants to stay in Italy and with his family. They're very family oriented in Italy too. So yeah. So that brings down your choices in that position to you have Tremeni, you have Rice, you have this guy called what's his name in Mönchengladbach, not
Oh,
Hoffman, the other guy, Neuhaus
Yeah,
or
Newhouse.
Neuhaus,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
guy that scored the goal for them in their friendly, I think 2 days ago. He's also good. Um, I won't be surprised to go for either of those players. Either from those three players, I won't be surprised one of them actually signs for Chelsea because they'll produce. They'll produce. I think we need that profile of of midfielder for sure. But yeah, next season the goal is very clear. If we're going to win the league, Abdullahi, we need to score at least 75 goals.
yeah.
Yes.
Currently,
For
we
that to
only
happen,
score
we need
58.
a prolific and a consistent goal scorer. For that to happen.
Correct.
We need a
Or
prolific
or
and goal
you,
scorers, not
you
goal
might
scorers.
not even need one prolific. You could spread it over two players, right, or three
Yeah.
players.
City, Emmy, look at City.
Um,
What was their top goal scorer? How much did he score? Was it
Gundogan.
21?
13. Yeah, he scored 13
13
goals.
only.
Yeah,
So, and they
13 goals.
dominated.
Yeah, and they dominated. Guess what? Harry Kane scored 20 something goals. Well, guess what? Where did Tottenham finish? So
Seventh?
you have to always look at all those are the things you want to look at. It's a
Yeah.
team sport. You have to spread the goals and
Under
the
Tuchel, wait, does he play with the target man or something like a false nine? Because I don't think he plays with
So,
a target man.
so when Tuchel was in Dortmund, he had Pierre Emerick Aubameyang,
Emeka
right?
Aubameyang, yeah, that's a basic
Yeah,
man.
as his striker. He didn't play him striker. He played him how he's playing Havertz currently. So Aubameyang was off false nine. Aubameyang is not a striker. Like he's good in scoring goals, right? But if you look at Aubameyang's profile, he plays off of he plays he doesn't stand in the middle of the in between two central defenders. That's
He
not what
runs
He
he
in
does.
drifts. He
behind. He's like
drifts.
a
He
Jamie
drifts.
Vardy type
Yeah,
number 9.
He
he
drifts and then he
cuts
runs
in.
in
Yeah,
behind.
he drifts. He's a very clever player. He knows where the space is. He knows how to get to that space, and he knows how to finish in the box. Right. So I'm even hearing some rumors that Chelsea might push something for Obama if he's available, if he wants to switch. I saw that this evening. I'm not sure how true it is, but if Chelsea gets Aubameyang, I'll take him. Even though
I
he's
think
What
30
what
Chelsea
something
should be
now.
looking for
what of his
some
wages?
I play some FIFA, right? And I know there's this one Nigerian guy. He's nice, man. Up and coming, Victor Osimhen from Napoli.
Osimhen.
Oh no,
He's
no.
300
Osimhen will
salary,
be
man.
too
That
He
guy's
only
the
scored 10
perfect
goals this
profile for
season.
an Aubameyang type striker.
I
He
think
scored
I
10
think
goals
Osimhen
this
will be
season.
too expensive.
You said FIFA?
He'll be good. But he'll be too expensive, and I think he
He's
had
under the
an up
radar,
and
though.
down.
I don't
Yeah,
know
Yeah,
why his
yeah,
price
yeah.
is yet.
did he just say
Oh yeah,
FIFA? Can I just clarify something?
yeah,
Man said
yeah.
FIFA. FIFA.
No, that's
Is that
Yeah,
FIFA
not
yeah,
even
yeah.
2021.
base?
No, he's good though in FIFA. And he's good in real
Well,
life. I'm pretty sure.
It's
I don't
he's
know.
irrelevant.
good in real life too. He's good in real life. Victor Osimhen is a
I
very
wouldn't
good
doubt it.
striker.
No,
The
but it's
only
just the
thing,
fact that he said
because
FIFA.
he's Nigerian, but the only thing about Victor Osimhen is that he plays in Napoli, and Napoli. Good luck to negotiating with De Laurentiis. It's as good as negotiating with
He just signed for 70
uh,
mil. Are we going to pay 70 mil for him? No.
exactly.
Oh,
They
that's way
paid
too much.
70
Emmy,
million.
you
I
see
don't
the
know if
problem
that's the going price for
when
him.
I talk about Osimhen, people said I love Osimhen than Abraham. For me, I'll prefer Osimhen because Osimhen will produce is a vocal number 9 I can trust. I don't trust Abraham being a number 9 in Chelsea. For me,
Yeah. I don't think Abraham has a future in Chelsea.
No,
I
I
won't
just because
lie.
you guys were talking about the types of number 9 as far as profile that Tuchel prefers. I think Osimhen is just like an
Yes,
Aubameyang. He
yes,
could definitely do a
yes,
better job, and I feel like he's better. He's
yes.
a 100% improvement to what's his
Tammy,
name
Tammy.
Werner, and it seems like Abraham has fallen out of liking in the camp, and I don't think there's a
Yes,
future for him at
I
the club.
think.
So all
Yeah,
things considered, Osimhen would be a
if
nice,
yeah,
but 70
if
M's
it's possible.
is way too much. How is he 70 M? That market is skewed, man, because they're saying Sancho
No,
for 100.
because I
These
don't
guys
believe
under the
so.
radar. At least I
Let
thought.
me not lie to you, right? I don't believe that money was. I believe that was money laundering at its most, right? I'm sorry to say, but that that didn't look to me like a deal that was 70 million. I don't know if Osimhen is worth 70 million, but that's what they paid. That's what they claim to have paid. So I still see that there's some fishy
Who
deal.
paid 70 M's? Napoli?
Yeah, Napoli. I don't believe. I don't. But they
What?
broke the deal. They broke the deal over 5 years, so they're not paying. They didn't pay all the cash, right? So they're going to pay it over 5 years, but they're good. At the end, they're going to still pay the 70 million over his contract. But not he's not bad. He's not bad, but he's not leaving Napoli. He has 4 years left. I don't see a chance of happening. So that's why I think what Sam is saying is, I just think Harvard steps up next season. Gives us the goals. If Loftus Cheek, Abdullah, you hear me?
yeah,
If
I
Loftus
left
Cheek,
it.
if Loftus Cheek is smart and intelligent and wants to have a career in Chelsea, this next few weeks he needs to go prepare his body and prepare himself for a challenge because see,
Because I heard the news that he said
there's
he's
an
gonna give.
opportunity.
He said he's gonna give his all for this nature for the coach for him to put him in the
Yes,
first team next season. He said he's
Abdullah, I
gonna give
can
his
yes.
all.
guarantee this
There,
to you right now. He's going to give his
there's a
all, but Chelsea just won a Champions League title, and we have a really fat midfield, and we still want to buy a DM.
No,
So
I don't think he's gonna use Loftus Cheek as a midfielder. I think he's gonna play Loftus Cheek the
Loftus
same
Cheek,
way
I'd
he
like to
plays
see that
Havertz.
next to Kante next season in the Prem. I think Loftus Cheek
No,
could
no,
do a
no,
job for him.
man, you like
God,
FIFA, man. That's FIFA
this
team.
guy in
I,
FIFA, bro. I'm
No, I'm
telling you,
not.
bro.
I, I'm
No,
just kidding.
seriously. I
But
think
I
he
think
did
I
all right
no
for Crystal Palace and Roy Hodgson.
no yeah.
He's a Chelsea boy
I
through and
think
through.
yeah.
Dude,
I think
you
Loftus
know how
Cheek.
good Timo
Where I
Werner
see
is on
Loftus
FIFA?
Cheek.
Werner is like the best striker on FIFA, in my opinion. You can't base your opinions
Guys,
off of
this is
FIFA.
not FIFA channel, like guys.
This guy is saying FIFA, bro.
Loftus Cheek. Let me know like if Loftus Cheek comes back very strong in preseason, Abdullahi, and Tuchel uses him how in Tuchel uses him as a support striker or as a false nine striker, and he excels.
I think Fulham
I would
Fulham also used him as a first nine when he was playing under Scott Parker. He played him as a first
Scott
nine.
Parker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he played him as
yeah,
a first
true.
nine, and he played very well. But what Scott Parker said there, he's lacking some intensity in his game, the way he plays, and his decision making needs to improve a lot if you want to go further.
Yes, yes, I agree. And that intensity in the game, he got that under
And,
Sarri,
and
right?
under Scott
Remember?
Parker, he was not injured. He was playing week in and week out. He wasn't injured
Yes,
at
he
all.
was. Yes, he was. He played at least 30, at least 25 or 30 games this last season. So he has played enough games to trust his body more because Ruben is a huge guy, right? So him and Hudson Odoi had the same injury. Hudson Odoi was younger. Hudson Odoi healed. Even Hudson Odoi is not fully healed yet because the Hudson Odoi we saw in 2019 is this current Hudson Odoi is far below that Hudson Odoi of 2019. So it's even taking Hudson Odoi a longer time to actually heal from that. People don't know, but that Achilles injury has ended a lot of athletes' career. That was what ended Kobe Bryant's career.
Yeah, that's
The
true, bro.
Achilles. If, you,
Yeah.
if your Achilles drops, you're done. Like because guess what? Your spring, when you're about to sprint, right? That spring, as you spring to go, it hurts you, or you don't trust that it will not snap again. And if and for sure if it snaps again, your career is over. It's over. You cannot have two Achilles injuries in your career. It's not possible. You cannot come back. It's not going to happen. So it's not easy for those players. I think that's where people need to
And
just be a bit patient. That's
Loftus
what
Cheek
I
is
keep saying.
Loftus Cheek is what? He's 6 foot plus. He's a tall guy,
Yes,
man, playing in
he's
midfield that
6 foot
hustle and
2. He's
bustle.
6 foot 3. Yeah, 6 foot 3, 6 foot
So
2, six
so
foot
that
three.
with the Achilles heel, that's gonna hinder a lot of his movement and him
Yep,
being
and
agile.
that's what happened to
That takes
him.
away a lot from his play.
Look,
Him
I mean,
personally.
look, he has intensity. That's what Scott Parker said, right? Did he say that? Intensity. He
You know,
has intensity.
no, he said he lacked the decision making. That he can play as a first line and play very well, but the problem with him is his quick decision making sometimes could be his
Why do you think
Achilles.
he lacks decision making? Because that Achilles injury, it breaks your confidence you have in your body and in your ability. Even a minor injury, but that Achilles injury, it generally
Yeah,
you
that
second
Achilles.
guess.
Yeah.
It messes
Yes,
with your
and that's
instinct. So that is
exactly,
that's an intangible
exactly.
that is really hard to remove. So
Yes,
that is why I'm
and,
I'm, I'm
and the
fearful.
and the only way you remove that is playing regularly and starting to trust your body. And even
Exactly.
Loftus Cheek said it was, he said it that, even though he's physically healed, he's not mentally healed. He's still
Thank
that
you, Emmy.
injury. That injury sucks a lot out of your mental strength. It
It
takes very few players come back from an Achilles injury and
yeah.
come back to be themselves. It's very difficult because every time you want to run, you just think about it like, oh, geez, will this thing snap again? And the only way you beat that is, constant playing, trusting your body, working with a specialist, a physio, people that or psychologists, that will just keep telling you that you can keep going, keep going. You're not putting any strain on it, and you're constantly checking, that part of your body
Yeah,
because as soon as you overcome that fear, Abdullahi, oh my God, imagine if Loftus Cheek didn't get that injury, Abdullahi.
he would have been
That
so
guy, that
potential.
guy would have been one of the best players in the Premier League, current form. Because you know why? He can beat a man. He can drive with the ball. He can dribble. He can
Yeah,
shoot. He can pass. He could create. All those qualities are what we're actually looking for
maybe
in
we could,
this so-called.
maybe Tuchel want to make Albert a number 9 and just play Lifter Check more as an inside forward, more as an attacking midfielder. We maybe don't need to
Well,
buy a proper number 9.
But
that's
do,
what
do you
I'm
see?
thinking.
Do you genuinely see a space for Loftus Cheek in this team? He
Yeah,
I,
obviously
I do.
do you?
I do.
I,
Sorry,
So
sorry.
I
so so
do.
Pardon?
so who do you sacrifice to
Come
let him
again?
play? That's my question.
Wait, time out. Wait, what's going on? What's going on?
So basically, we're having a conversation about like Loftus Cheek fighting his way into the team.
Oh, Loftus Cheek's gone, man. Loftus Cheek's gone.
No,
That's what
I
I
don't
think as
think
well.
so.
Champions
He's
League,
I
gone.
think
Champions
He's
I
League
think
gone.
I
champions.
think I think
Okay,
I think
and
I think
and you
if
have a
Loftus Cheek
stacked
comes back,
midfield.
I think if
Where
Loftus
does
Cheek
he fit
comes
in?
back with
Make it make
if
sense.
Loftus Cheek comes back in preseason, like I said, this is not Lampard, right? This is Thomas Tuchel. If he comes back in preseason and he shows that he's trusting his body more, his abilities are still there. He didn't lose how to play football, right? He just has the mental drag a bit on trusting his Achilles leg where he had the injury. And he's played a lot of games this last season. If he gets himself fully ripped and very fit and very strong, and he shows he can play, I tell you, Tuchel is going to turn that boy into a very good support striker
Don't,
because he
don't
has
you
the
think?
body, he has the physique.
I have
Don't you
faith
think
and
it's a
hope
bit?
in
Don't you think
Ruben
it's a bit
Loftus-Cheek,
early? Don't you
man.
think it's a
The
bit early
talent's there.
to?
He just needs to stay injury-free and be given at least a string of, 4 or 5 games, a whole month in the Premier League consecutive where,
And that's
he knows the
hard to
position.
do. And that's hard to do because there are better players than him as
That's
of right now
that's
that
why
we've
there's
seen.
pre
And
that's
that's
why
just
there's
facts.
preseason. That's why there's preseason, right?
Do you
Who
think
play
that a
about
good preseason from Loftus-Cheek? Loftus-Cheek is gonna have to have a pretty amazing preseason if he's not getting loaned out again. I see him getting loaned out again.
No, I see him as a
no,
squad player next season.
no.
If he performs well in
We'll
games
see.
like the
We'll see.
Super
We'll
Cup and
see.
the preseason.
Because out of
I'll
all
see.
the
I'll see him
loan
get loaned out again.
out of all the loan players, Loftus Cheek was one player that Tuchel talked about in a pre I think in one of his
Yeah. He said
press
he
conference,
played like
right?
Balak. He played like Micah
He
Balak.
said Loftus Cheek was the player that he has watched many times, and he likens him to a Balak, right? So I know how
Listen, I pray that Loftus-Cheek. We all know Loftus-Cheek's ability. That's not debatable because this guy was the crown jewel of the academy for quite a while. You know.
yes,
So
I think
I'm
I
praying.
think there's a,
And
I'm praying.
NK, fair enough, but NK, I have
I'm
a
praying too
question.
short.
NK,
I'm praying
I
it's
have a
true.
crucial question
But
for you.
yeah,
Can I just
okay.
ask you? After an Achilles injury, as Emmy we've already talked about, after an Achilles injury, your intangibles, it messes you up. It messes up your decision making, the trust in your ability, and you second guess. Do you think that Loftus Cheek will suddenly click into confidence mode? Get his intangibles back, and he
yeah.
has the ability, but does he have the mentality? Is the question.
I think so.
I think he has I think he has the mentality for
He stayed
sure.
at Chelsea for so
No, no,
long that
he
I
does
think
have
he
the
just has
discipline,
it.
but does he have sort of
I
that
think so.
confidence in himself?
Yeah, I think
I think he has.
he has the
I think
perseverance.
he has confidence. I've heard. See, if this was a different player, I'll be like, no, maybe he shakes. I've heard Loftus Cheek talk. He's not just a very intelligent young man. He's a very very intense person. He pushes himself. Remember when he had the back spasm problem, where his back was always hurting him?
Yeah.
He overcame that problem under Sarri. He overcame that problem just to play
Yeah, and he
consistently.
had a better season under Sarri. He played so many matches and he
Yes.
scored so many goals under Sarri.
And
So
there was
many.
Remember
that
what?
useless that was a useless game that injured his. I don't
Remember
understand
what
why
he
that
said.
game was played, man.
Remember what he said about Sari. He said Sari was the person that actually showed me how to play football. He gave more credit to Sari than I think he even gave to Lampard or whoever. Like
No, for sure.
he
And
gave a lot
one
of
of the
credit
reasons
to
why,
Sari.
like you said, bro, that I'm confident about Loftus-Cheek is because he at least has some of the backing for the managers giving him high praise. And this is a manager that, as long as he's been with Chelsea, a lot of the managers we had are more like in the mold of like Mourinho, Sarri, Kante, more dictators, who have played with who have managed maybe world like top players. But for a manager like
Mhm,
Tuchel, who's a bit younger than the rest of those, who's a bit more of a man
mhm.
manager, likable, and
Exactly.
prefers to train and not just have the ready-made product, but rather, uplift the younger player. I think that Loftus-Cheek can come in. You can't tell me that because of how the market is that he couldn't do a job in the League Cup against the lower level opposition as a squad player. And he's still young relatively enough to know that this could be a season for him to develop, gain trust from the manager, from the fans, and to overall just improve and understand the quality of what it means to be a Chelsea first team player in a squad role.
Mhm,
And if he understands
mhm.
that, comes in there with the good intention, on top of having a decent preseason, because he's not going to be playing in top level football for at least for the next 6-7 weeks. That most of these better players are playing in Europe and Copa America. Then I think he could have a decent season. So I'm really looking forward to
I,
Loftus-Cheek and
I,
what he can offer.
yeah, I agree, and I think Tuchel is ready to give him that chance, right? Tuchel has already
Definitely.
spoken about it. During the last season, during his pressers, he said, I see Loftus Cheek as someone that is going to come in, and I want to watch him." So he's in Tuchel's
He offers a
words, he
different
said,
dynamic too.
Yeah, no, yeah. And in Tuku's world, Tuku said, "I've heard about him. I've seen him from far. I want to watch him play real time." So, if I was Loftus Chick, I'll take those words and I'll go get myself a personal
Bro, he
trainer,
just has to
get
work
myself
hard.
ready. Yeah, get myself ready for
It's
preseason.
all on
The
him.
day one, yeah, day one of preseason, I'm the first in that in Cobham, and I'm showing the manager, hey, you can count on me. If
Yeah,
he
I'm
shows
serious.
Tuchel that he can count on him, oh
Mhm.
man, Tuchel is definitely going to have him in the squad. And yeah, and you know, people keep saying how are we going to solve this striker situation. I believe Tuchel already knows. He knows his worst case scenario, what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, he said it.
If we cannot,
If we
False
don't go for
negative.
it,
if we cannot sign, if
Mhm.
we cannot find a striker in
We re-signed
this summer.
Giroud. That was a shocker. I
Me
was
too, me
shocked.
too. I was shocked too. MK does. I was like, we were shocked. I was shocked. Olivier Giroud staying. Wow,
But
I
I
can't
was
Wait,
believe
shocked.
that.
wait,
Abdullah, I
wait
think
till you guys
it's a
see.
masterclass. Marino is just gonna sign him, and there's a significant possibility he goes because he wants to go, but it was just that AC Milan offered a lower contract than we did, so Marina can still sell him this summer. But hey,
Yeah,
That'll be a
well,
I
smart
would love
play,
to
I'll
but
have a profile like Giroud in the
I'll be surprised Giroud stays. Giroud is not going to kick a force if he doesn't play so many
So,
times. As
so,
long
so,
as you know.
so my fans, question and answer, question, guys, question. Let's
So,
answer comes question.
what's the question? First question.
Question. Oh, anybody could jump in and throw a question out. People in the fans are saying, Papa American hero. Uh, yeah, the Euro start next week. It start next Friday. So,
Correct. Hmm.
my favorite will be France and Portugal, but I will lean on France because I want to go look at it to win the Ballon d'Or. So I'm sliding on France to win that hero. But my dark horses for me is Turkey because they're a very good team. What people needs to be feared of. Turkey and
Yeah.
Ukraine
Austria,
or Ukraine for me.
Ukraine.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ukraine is also a good team. Yeah,
exactly.
they
So
have
those two are my dark
some
horses. Like
very
they
young
can
boys.
hurt teams very well. So I don't really think those big names everybody is saying will perform. I can see
Why? What
see
about
two or
Hazard and Lukaku's country?
who
Hazard. He was the
Nah,
best player
Belgium
Belgium,
looking
at the
kind of
last
weak.
Belgium,
international tournament.
Belgium are looking kind of weak. Like I don't know.
Belgium. I
Defensively.
think
Spain,
what killed them.
Spain stunk, man. Spain stunk, man. I was rooting
I
for
think
Spain, but Spain looked awful yesterday, man. Morata,
You can't really.
what a
You
miss.
got to take those games with a grain of salt, though, because they're just nobody wants to risk an injury.
it's
They're
just
not.
Oh,
They're
friendly.
well,
not putting
SSB,
Exactly.
themselves
Yeah.
out there.
Brazil are leading 1-0. Richarlison scored. They are leading
Yeah,
1-0.
Neymar
Richarlison scored.
assist. Neymar
Neymar
assist.
assist.
Richarlison
Yeah.
scored, yeah. Can
Oh
I
wait, who
just
is
comment?
Brazil playing?
Ecuador. They're
Ecuador.
playing Ecuador.
Can I just comment on the Portugal Spain game
Sure,
quickly?
sure, sure.
Yeah, I watched it earlier. It was on about 7 o'clock. I watched it. I have questions over Portugal. I think they are slightly overrated, in my opinion,
I agree.
because
Oh yeah, they are.
on paper they have many talented players. I don't need to name them. We know who they have. But I watched Spain, where some of their players are not big names, but they're technically good. They had
Yep.
Thiago, Rodri, Busquets, Fabian Ruiz, Ferran Torres. They're not exciting names on paper, but they passed the ball well. They moved it quickly, and if they actually had a good striker, they would have beat Portugal 2-3-0. And I think
I
Portugal are
agree
a
with
bit
you.
overrated because they don't really keep possession well. They don't have good ball playing midfielders. So
Yeah.
when the game gets tactical and slower with
Portugal are
Portugal,
defending champs, though, in
yeah,
European League.
they just sit back and they sit back and they don't
They
have
play on the
pace on the
counter.
counter attack. Yeah, and the
Yeah,
thing is,
they
when
just
Ronaldo
swing
plays
on the
up front, when Ronaldo plays at striker on his own, he doesn't have the pace and the dribbling like Mbappe on the counter attack. So with Portugal, I think they're a bit overrated. How people are saying, oh, they're the second favourites. I think
No,
that they
I
could
think
go up.
Portugal.
I think England have
Yeah,
a better chance than Portugal.
I think Portugal might go out in the quarterfinals. That's if
Yeah,
they get to the quarterfinals.
I'm saying England have a real shot of. If it's Portugal, I think England have a decent shot of being Portugal. If it's France, they'll
I don't.
lose.
I don't.
But if
I
it's
don't
Portugal,
know.
What
I
about
don't
England
know
versus
that
Germany?
because. Uh,
I don't like
It's close,
England
man.
playing the Germans.
the
I
Germans.
think England will lose. I think England will lose a close game.
Yeah, I think it's a psychological hit there
Psychological,
because
yeah.
the Germans will just come. I'm not saying that the Germans will bulldoze them, of course, but the tactical situation
Yeah,
in
they'll
England is
do
where
what
the problem.
they'll do what they they'll do what needs to be done to win the game. That's
Yes,
the
exactly,
bottom line. Yeah, yeah.
exactly. I think England this tournament. I think it's the tactical part of the house that will that will be their
What about
Waterloo.
Copa, guys? Copa America. Who do you think
The
is the
Copper.
favorite, and who do you think is the dark horse?
For me,
I think
favorite. I've
Brazil.
got
I
this
think
favorite.
Brazil.
Brazil. For me, Brazil and Colombia.
Brazil.
Our
I think
favorite.
Brazil
Colombia
will
with no James Rodriguez.
Yeah, they all do well. I've seen them play, and they look very sharp, very
Mhm.
fit, and very physical and very exciting team to play. They're a very good team for me,
Yeah,
Colombia.
Colombia is a good team.
With them,
They have
Juba,
some
Juba
young players
Sabata
for
and
sure.
Luis Muriel. That's a very good team, man. Very,
No,
very, very good.
not very good team, but I think they'll hold their own against most of the other Copa American teams. I think Colombia. I tip Brazil to win because they're home. It might be too far, but
No,
I won't be
they've moved
surprised
it
if
to
Brazil.
USA. It's gonna be played in USA now, not in Brazil anymore.
Oh, they moved it
Because
to
of
the
yeah,
US.
because of the COVID-19, because of the pandemic.
Are you being serious?
Yeah,
Are
it's
you
been moved to
serious?
USA. Yeah, it's been moved to USA.
What are the hosts? What cities are
It's
hosting
been
in the
moved to
US? Do
Brazil.
you
The
know?
host nation was Argentina. Because of COVID, they could not host it. They took it to
Brazil.
Brazil. Brazil said they're not going to play because of the rise of COVID-19. Now it's been moved back to USA.
Huh? Do you
The
What
know the
thing
cities
is,
the
that'll be
hell?
hosted in the
That's
US?
the,
crazy.
I don't know, Mike. Okay.
Well, apparently
Probably.
Brazil might boycott the Copa America.
No, no,
Really?
they're going to play it in US. It's going to be played in USA because of the
Oh
COVID.
no, I'm saying that the Brazil stars sensationally ready to walk out on Copa America due to COVID-19 concerns.
Wow.
Hmm.
Hmm, interesting. Yeah, because you know why? Because you know.
If it's being played in America, I don't see what the issue should be.
No, apparently it's still being played in Brazil.
No, no, I'm hearing that it will be played in US because of the COVID. They can't play it in Brazil. They cannot play in Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil is hit right now with COVID though. Like the
Yeah,
COVID
that's what they
cases
said.
are
That's what the
high.
players
So
are
they
saying.
say.
Yeah, they should just postpone it. How many times do they play Copa every year? Every year there's a Copa. Every year there's
Copa
a Copa.
America it's really watering down the competition, honestly.
Yeah, it used to be four
Exactly.
years. Every 4 years,
I'm
but
saying it every
now
two
they
years.
play every 2 years. They played one 2 years ago. They would have played one last year if
I,
not
I
for the
swear,
COVID.
I'm pretty sure they had the nerve to put one back to back, but I could be very wrong.
Yeah, yeah. They did one back to back. They played Copa. I think they've done three Copas in the last 5 years. Three. Yeah. So that's just too
the
many.
thing is, the thing is with Copa is the thing is with Copa America is very different to European football. Very different. The Copa America is very physical. It's more, I would say, more skillful, way more physical, and because it's really hot, the game is a bit slower than the European football. So it's just different
It's
styles.
it's like I like watching Copa America because it's like Afcon, but Afcon's a bit more even
Very
even
physical.
potentially slower, even potentially slower.
Let's
Yeah,
get
More very
Afcon,
physical.
Afcon and Copa are way more physical than the European game. Way
Yeah,
more physical
definitely.
because
If you
I
if
can
you're
see
not
why people
physical, you
don't
can't
don't
win.
like watching Afcon because it's quite different, to be
No,
honest with you.
Afcon is now I think it's interesting to watch when you
AFCON
get
is
to the
Yeah,
nice when it's like
quarterfinals.
when it's the top 5 to 10 countries when it gets to the semifinals, quarterfinal
Yeah,
stage, when it's the
yeah,
best of
quarterfinals.
the best.
Yeah,
yeah. I agree.
But
I
the
but when
group
agree.
is the
stages
when is
have some funny countries like Madagascar where it's like, man, this
oh
quality is so
don't
low.
underwrite don't underwrite all those smaller countries now in Africa because
Madagascar,
they have
man,
some
come
very
on,
good teams.
cartoon.
Wait,
They have some.
didn't Madagascar go through their group?
I think
Or
so.
am
Yeah,
I
but
Yeah,
that's
go?
what.
they did.
Did they beat
Yeah.
Nigeria, or am I going mad?
No, no,
Yeah, no, they
no.
beat Nigeria once, but that was in I think
They,
it was a qualification game that they beat them.
yeah, but I think Madagascar. Yeah, they have a very young team too. So I will underrate most of these small African countries because in African football, the level field is flatter. Like there's no. That of course there's the top 3 5 teams, but after those top 3 5 teams, the remaining teams are very evenly matched. On the
Nigeria
day,
play with Cameroon today. Who won today?
oh, Cameroon beat Nigeria 1-0.
See,
Yeah, I think Nigeria should sack
Damn.
the coach. The coach is not good enough. And
Nigeria has a
the
decent
coach.
squad, to be honest. Well, team.
Yeah, but they don't have a coach. They don't have a coach. They don't have a good
Yeah,
coach.
apparently the coach
And
is a
then,
clown.
yeah, the coach is a clown. He just picks players that he represents as their agent. So, if you want him to pick you, you have to make him your agent, and and all that stuff. There's just so much going on in the team,
Politics,
and
man.
yeah, there's just so much politics, and
Is
not
there
the
any
best players.
replacement at the moment or no replacement?
No, the issue with the coach in Nigeria is his contract. So they signed him to a longer contract after the last AFCON. They should have let him go. Sorry, after the World Cup. They should have let him go in 2018 after the World Cup, right? But instead they signed him to a 3-year deal. The reason why they signed him, from what I'm hearing from inner sources, is the football authorities in Nigeria have they get a share or a cut of some of the proceeds from all these players that are being. If you notice, most Nigerian players are moving clubs these days so frequently. The reason why they're moving clubs is because the Nigerian coach, who is a very he has European connect. He's able to call his bodies up and people that he's worked with, and they're able to sign Nigerian players, and he gets a cut from that, and the cut he gets, he gives some of that to the FA people in Nigeria. This is just ongoing, and it's destroyed the team. And the team is not as competitive as it should be. Not the best players are representing the country currently. Of course, also adding that there's so many issues in Nigeria currently. But the Nigerian football situation is really pathetic. They're not as
It is, man.
they might go to the AFCON in Cameroon next they qualified, right? Well, Cameroon next year, but I don't see them winning it. I think it's either Algeria or Senegal, or maybe
Ivory Coast
one
have
of
a
those
chance.
countries. Ivory Coast is not bad. They have a couple of very good players coming through the ranks now.
Yeah, Ivory
Yeah.
Coast need to
Pepe,
show me something. They need to
they
show me
have
something.
Zaha.
Nah, but they need to
Yeah,
show me something because
yeah, they need to. Well, I
also in
think
the
it's gonna
same.
be. I think it's gonna be Senegal or
Yeah,
Algeria.
Senegal with Algeria, and I'll give the edge to Algeria again.
Yeah,
Mahrez
I think I think
will do
that's
what he
where.
does, man.
I think Ghana is not as good.
Yeah, not the
Although
same.
they have,
Unfortunately, it's
they're
unfortunately
not
not the same team. We're not
they're
the
not the
same team,
same
man.
team they used to be. Ghana used to be first in Africa, but right
Yeah,
now
MK your boy was in Ghana yesterday. Your boy was in
yeah.
Ghana
Hudson
yesterday.
Odoi was in Ghana, man. It
So
was a lovely to see, man.
does he want to change heritage back to Ghana? What happened?
no.
I think he should, but I do. But realistically, the Ghana FA have the Ghana FA. I'm not even gonna. Let me not even discuss them right now. To be honest with you, I'm in a good mood. So yeah, they have their own issues to sort out. So nah,
Yeah, I
man.
mean,
Ghana will once.
I think
I think our generations passed. We have to just wait. The 2010 that was our best time period basically.
you guys
And
you
what?
guys need to you guys need to go to Suarez and just tell him, hey, dude, you cost us the semifinal.
Sick, man.
Yeah, cost us a semi-final, man.
Bro, don't
Because he wants
remind me, man. That was
Suarez
one of
cost
my.
Africa a
That was like
semi-final.
that was one of the first and last. Like that was like the only time that I actually felt like emotion, like sad about football, man. That
Yeah,
2010 World
Bro,
Cup with Suarez, man. That rat, that racist piece of shit, fam. The handball. Remember how the camera turned to him? He was crying and he was just doing it for the camera. Then
no,
when
he'll
Gian
he'll
missed,
bro,
man.
man.
But
Suarez
guys,
That's
Suarez
that's
does.
that's what I realized that football was real. Like that's
yeah,
like
bro,
real.
that was like
That's
that.
real.
I know, man. I cried, fam. Because I don't know
That
if a
is
lot of people
real.
remember. Do you remember Suleiman Tadi's strike, man? And right before
Oh,
the
that
stroke
was
at
such a
halftime,
Oh
goal.
yeah,
That's such a
oh yeah.
goal,
bam, goal of the tournament, bro. Don't even get me
And
bro.
started,
That
then
was such
man.
a goal.
and then the Ghana team comes back in 2014 in Brazil, and they play. And I think, to me, they played the best. They played the best football against Germany. They were the only team to go ahead against Germany in the entire
Yeah,
competition.
yeah.
The,
But
the,
as
the,
soon
the, the game the game ended 2-2,
we
but
yeah we
I
gave
think
we
I
gave
think
Germany a
that
good
game,
game.
yeah, that game probably was the best game of the tournament, if you ask me.
We, g-
In 2014.
we gave Germany a good game, but I think they brought on the big boys. I think it was Schweinsteiger and a couple of the big boys, and then well they changed the game. But it was
That was the
it was a
chance,
good game.
man. You guys were carrying
2010 was
Africa on your back, man. You would have made it to a semi.
2010s, man. Oh, bro, please, man. I'm really not. Whew! Jan, man, I still ain't forgiving him, man, bro.
Nightmares is like.
Oh
So
my
MK,
God.
give me your take on them. Tuchel signing 2 years deal against Spain, because we know
What?
we have this sack and go manager.
Abdullah
None of them
Richarlison got injured.
Who? I've seen it. It's up already. It's up.
Listen, Tuchel could do no. Listen, we could do no wrong in my eyes. Yeah, people might be questionable. Oh, is he gonna, last the 2 years? But hey, listen, Champions League winner, done a sensational, thing with the squad. You seem like you know what you're doing. The transfer targets that I'm hearing is nice, and it's looked like we're Chelsea. Chelsea have been acting like a Row One club for a while now, and I'm finally starting to see it pay off. But yeah, it's good. I like that Thiago Silva and Tuchel signed on the same day as well. That was nice.
And
That was
But
nice to see.
Olivier
And
Giroud,
Giroud.
unexpected.
The Giroud one was quite unexpected, but I don't know if Marina's trying to do that her slick thing where she's gonna sell him for some money.
And
But
Tomori's out the door.
oh yeah, Tomori's gone. Tomori's gone. I don't know who's responsible for that, but
You'll probably
nah.
buy him back in 5 years.
Yeah, probably. Unbelievable.
Abdullahi,
Yep.
you know what you should do? Go on Google and share screen and type in Euro 2020 predictor, and you can predict who's gonna make it to the final.
I can't put it down because they haven't played yet. I have to wait till they play for me
No,
to
but
make it.
I was doing it earlier. You can guess who's gonna go through the groups, and it will tell you who's playing who.
Oh,
For
Marco Van
example,
Ginkel finally left Chelsea.
Yeah.
Somebody else signed today, guys. It's not just Giroud and Silva. There's another player.
Oh,
I'm pretty
Caballero
sure.
is gone as well. Oh,
Yeah.
goodbye, bro. Damn.
And the Antonio Kante deal fell through for Tottenham.
Yeah. Thank God.
But apparently they signed a director of football though, like an hour later. But nobody really knows who he is.
Patrick, the former Juventus
apparently he's quite good.
Yeah, the former Juventus sporting director. Yeah. But I think if they get what's his name, George Campos, the guy from Lille.
The Lille, yeah.
Manchester United is looking at him for their sporting director. Yeah, that guy is good. He's good.
George Campos is good. Apparently, that's what people say.
But he likes control. Yeah.
Would they give him the control?
Yeah, he likes control. So if he's going to be a sporting director, I think so, because guess what? This guy Edward Woodward is gone, right? Edward Woodward is gone, right?
They
So
want Van der
I see them, looking for. They can't get Van der Sar because Ajax, Van der Sar is tied to Ajax. I don't think he wants to leave Ajax at this time because I think they still have a project as they need to get the next generation of Ajax stars like the Van der Beeks and all those guys. They're looking to bring those guys through their ranks. So I don't think Van der Sar would move Ajax right now. But George Campos is good. I heard he has one very, very super analytical software that he uses to analyze players and discover talents that nobody knows. And he has the scouts all around the world.
Apparently, what's it
picking
called?
talents.
Apparently, a club. Apparently, there was one club that tried to pay for the software, like paid like £5 million for the software, or something ridiculous like that.
Football Manager?
No, it's his own. It's his own software that he uses to like scout and judge players.
Like a spreadsheet where he calculates expected goals and assists.
I have no idea what it is, but apparently I don't know if it was Abramovich or somebody tried to pay like a lot of money for his software.
I think Chelsea actually looked at him as a sporting director.
Penalty for Brazil, man.
Before they looked at Czech. But the thing
Czech
is,
brought us the Mendy though, so he's seen something that a lot of people didn't see. Was kind of under the radar.
Yeah,
So
so
I
one thing
trust
George
in
Campos
checking
wanted
Tuchel, man.
absolute. He wanted, yeah, George Campos wanted absolute control, and Marina would not, would not relinquish the power.
That's a
And of
sad shame,
course,
man.
Roman trust, yeah, Roman trusts Marina more, and that's why the George Campos thing fell through. George Campos is not bad, but he's also, of course, he has all this, the software and stuff that he uses, many metrics like that. The thing is a crunch of, AI tool, AI stuff crunches all kinds of metrics, your passing ability, your control under pressure,
How does it
direction
determine
of
that,
your.
though?
No, I
Oh,
do.
believe me,
No,
they
no,
have
I
That
don't
just
softwares
think.
goes
that have.
to nothing beats the eye
Yeah.
test, dog. You
That's
look
why
at a
his
player
software
and
is so unique. Yeah, his software is so unique. That it is competitive advantage. He That's why Lille has all these very good players. They scout these good
Exactly.
players that nobody knows, right? And they sell them for a lot of money. Look at Boubacar Samari, for instance, that Leicester is about to sign. I think they're going to sign him for 35 million. Lille, I think he came through the Lille academy. They're selling him for 35. Look at Osimhen. Osimhen was sold for 70 million, right? What about Pepe? Pepe also 72 million to Arsenal.
Gabriel.
Um, Gabriel too. So he has a very very, and guess what? Lille, based on what he's produced for Lille, Lille won the championnat as a Ligue 1 this
Neymar
season.
missed the penalty, man, for Brazil.
This
That
dude
game
What's
is
up with Neymar missing penalties? Didn't he miss a penalty?
Well, the penalty was saved, to be fair. He didn't really miss, but, tomato,
Still,
tomato.
it's
yeah.
crazy,
So
man.
to me, if you look at it, right, that's I think I like Chelsea the way it is. I don't think I would have done a
Abdullah, have
George
you seen it?
Campos at Chelsea. I will lie.
Yeah, man. Chelsea got checked. So I respect Czech's decision. Oh, shit. They're retaking the penalty? This game's crazy. I don't know if they're playing in
The
America or what.
goalkeeper didn't stay on the line.
Yeah, something like that. But this Brazil team, man, I just their manager's trash. They have decent players though. Thiago Silva's not playing, but they got decent players on the pitch,
Oh
man.
my God.
Lima,
Was
Richarlison.
George Campos in Monaco before Lyon?
Yes, he was. He walked
Oh
with
my
Jardim.
lord.
He walked with Leonardo Jardim. He was the one that that brought together that
That
Monaco
team?
squad, right? Yes,
Yeah,
he was the
Oh
one.
my
I think
lord.
He was the one that
he's the
he
guy
was the
who
one that
found
found
David from Canada.
Fabinho. Yeah, he was the one that
Mbappe, all
exactly.
those guys?
Yes, he was the
Anthony
one that
Martial,
found
Thomas Lamar?
Davis. Yeah, he's the one that found a lot of very young players. Most of the young players that you're seeing currently, George Campos kind of scouted them, and he's the one that actually brought them to where they
Oh
are
wow.
Fabinho
currently.
for Brazil. Fabinho.
Like, yeah, Fabinho, yes, he was the one that brought Fabinho to Monaco. That Monaco squad, Bernardo Silva,
What happened to
Mendy.
their manager, man? It's like that guy fell off the face of the earth. He was heavily touted. This guy, remember, he was bigger than what Nagelsmann now is, and Nagelsmann's managing Barcelona. I think he was a
Yeah, the
bald-headed
pro
guy,
the
shorter
the
guy.
problem, yeah, is Leonardo Jardim, the Portuguese
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. That
Isn't he
guy, man, what
managing in
happened to?
Qatar now?
He was
Man,
actually
that's a shame.
he was actually touted to to be our manager after Conte. So I
Yeah,
think the club was looking at him and Sarri. The club finally went for Sarri because they wanted to change philosophy drastically. The club wanted to become a possession based team,
Base
and they
team,
saw
yeah.
that Sarri was going to be the person, because Sarri has taught this process. If people don't give Sarri a lot of credit, but without Sarri, we would not be where we are today, because we would not
Exactly.
be playing the kind of football we play, because he did a lot of
you definitely have to
coaching.
give Sarri more
Hey,
credit than Conte.
guys, I've been thinking, I'm sorry. I'm normally a pessimist, but I've been thinking, do you think that this is actually a three at the back team, like at its core?
No, no. I think
Because
I think I think I think we did try at the back to just optimize, the
because
no,
because here's my
because
line of thinking, right? Here's my line of thinking,
mhm,
right? Because obviously Conte was here, and then
He won.
Conte wins the
He
league.
won with three.
Won the league.
He won with
He
three
won
at
the
the
league
back.
with three at the back. Okay,
Yep.
you see the players that are from that squad. Most of them are still here, right?
Hmm.
And then he signs Rudiger that season after he won the league.
Hmm.
So I'm assuming that Rudiger is suited to that system. He signs. I know
Correct.
Emerson doesn't play, but he signs Emerson, right? He then
Hmm.
signs Giroud. He was for what's it called? He was desperate for a striker anyway, a target man anyway. So he signs Giroud.
Hmm.
And Andreas Christensen actually, back in his Mönchengladbach days, he was playing in a three at the back the whole time, to the point that Barcelona wanted to sign him. So what I'm saying is that is it wild to say that this team might just be, that three at the back could have been a real blessing because
But
you see
where has
how as
Tuchel?
people.
Tuchel hasn't used three central defenders at PSG. Played with
No, he
flat
did, he
back
did,
four.
he did, he did. Towards the end, he was shifting towards a three at the
You
back
know.
on occasion.
You know. One thing with Tuchel style. Tuchel actually, normally, so he plays with two. So in a situation where he has two very good central defenders and a very good DM, he gets the DM to drop in between the central defenders, to create, to be able to build from the back. In a situation where he doesn't have that DM,
Yeah,
he plays
but
that three at the
the thing
back.
is when
But if you
you
if
look
you
at
if you look at most if you look at most of his if you look at how he builds up even when he was in PSG, when he was in Dortmund. In Dortmund he had Wiggle. Wiggle was the player that drops in between.
Yeah, apparently Chelsea are
Hummels,
interested in him.
Hummels. Exactly. And that's the reason why we're interested in Wiggle, because he's still 25 years old. He's going to come in very cheap from Benfica. We'll probably pay like 25 million and we'll get him. He's someone that's played on the Tuchel. He still has age on his side. He knows the
I'd
process. He
rather
knows
go
the
for
system.
Ndidi in that position to play alongside Kante.
No, no, no. But the
Indeed,
thing is,
indeed,
the thing is, Ndidi is not press resistant, and
yeah,
that's one of
exactly. He
his
can't
his,
progress the ball
his
quick enough
yeah.
to be there. You might as well
That's
play
one of
Kante there.
his that's one of his biggest flaws, right? He's good
Exactly.
defensively. He can cover ground. He's positionally very good, but he's not good progressing the ball. And if we're going to buy, and that's why I think what Tuchel is looking at Wiggle for is he he still knows Wiggle has it, and
Are you
Wiggle,
talking about Weigl?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Wiggle,
No,
yep,
no, he's not a
yep.
good option because Weigl is literally Jorginho. Literally Jorginho. There's
Not
no need to
really,
get
not
Weigl.
really, not really, not
I think
No,
he's
really.
got
he's
more
very
So
defensive
similar to
Wiggle,
awareness.
Jorginho.
so
Very
Wiggle,
no.
exactly. He's more defensive prone. He also can play as centre back. In
There's
a
no
three at the
need for
back,
Weigl as long
or
as we have
in
Jorginho. There's no need
No,
No,
for
but
Weigl
no,
Tuchel's
Jorginho isn't
Tuchel.
because
isn't
no,
as
Weigl
defensive
still has
minded.
So
ability.
He
so
offers
Jorginho
nothing off
cannot
the
play.
ball. Well, not as much.
No,
No, Jorginho is good defensively. I won't lie. His numbers is
no.
very
My point is,
impressive.
as long as you have
But the
Jorginho,
thing, but the
Weigl
thing,
is. It's there's
No,
no
but
no,
need.
but
what
Chelsea's
we're
linked with
saying
him.
is, what we're saying is this, right?
That's the truth.
Jorginho cannot play. Jorginho cannot play 60 games, right? They will need, he needs more bodies in that central midfield area.
Okay, so then
What
why
about
don't
Because
we get the
Verratti under
same profile
Tuchel?
of a player?
How is he
and remember,
performing?
also, I don't think Verratti can
No.
can leave
Samuel,
PSG. I don't think that's
Samuel,
gonna happen.
Samuel. They're looking at Julian Weigl as a alternative to Declan Rice because Declan Rice's price tag is too
Ooh,
much.
Declan Rice,
You're
So
man.
looking at Chouameni.
so
That's a good option.
Chouameni.
so no.
I
Apparently,
think
apparently two
I think
shows
they
is
can.
leaning towards
I think
Weigl.
they can still. I think they can get Vigo and Chouameni for the price that less than the price they'll get Rice. And
Declan
instead
Rice,
of
yeah,
You're
just
hundred
looking
getting
at
percent.
Rice,
Declan, Chouameni,
instead of
then
getting
Weigl.
just one, yeah, if you're getting Rice, you can get Chouameni and Vigo and still have 20 million change. So I would
That's
rather go for the two
Bro,
and
if,
just solve two
no.
problems that this team has instead of
I
getting
think
Declan
Tomori could
Rice
have done
and
that
still
position
having.
if you're talking about a sweeper. Three at the back.
No, you need
Yep,
to,
We could
but
look at a
tomorrow is
player like
gone
a
though.
yeah,
Koulibaly.
yeah, but tomorrow is gone. Exactly.
Tomorrow he's
I
done.
think
Tomorrow
I
is
think
gone.
I think
I don't
Tuchel
like
would have
talking
liked
about
him.
players who are gone. Yeah, I think Tuchel might have liked Tomori, but Tomori is
Yeah,
gone, and I don't
he's
think
gone.
that's something we can bring back, right? So, I think like I was thinking, right? I'm just thinking Chomeni. I think from what I heard, Chelsea has gone very far in talks with him and his agent. I think they won't agree personal terms. But the thing is, I think they need to strike a deal with Monaco now. Like what I see happening is this deal is going to go under the radar. If you notice, there's been no much publicity on this particular deal. The reason why is not because Chelsea is not interested, it's because Chelsea wants it to go under the radar, and they don't want another club to come snatch him or start talking to him and confuse him.
Yeah.
And I think the Declan Rice, no, the Chomeni, the Monaco guy,
Chomeni.
the guy considered as the new Yaya Toure.
Yeah.
He's got the build too of Yaya Toure. He's got the guile. He can shoot. He can shoot. He can dribble. He can pass. No Chomeni.
No, Chomeni.
Yeah, Chouameni. Yeah. I thought you were talking about Declan. Yeah, Chouameni for sure.
No. Declan Rice is not really what Chelsea needs totally because he doesn't have he still doesn't have that ability to actually progress the ball.
You're cutting him short. You're cutting him short. I think he can. I think he really can, honestly.
NK, but let's be honest.
Who has the ball?
Chouameni or Declan? You look at the players, you look at the profiles that they have.
I'd rather take Chouameni over Declan Rice, period.
Yeah, but I think they're both a bit different, but you know what I mean? Like I think they're both very different.
What our team needs is a Chouameni versus a Declan Rice. I think
we need a Chouameni in the no-rate position. Somebody who can
because we need someone that can shoot, someone that can dribble, right?
So Emmy, right? Who's this guy you're talking about? Who's this Chouameni guy?
Aurelien Chouameni. He's in Monaco. You can look him up. Yeah, he's one of the next prodigies of Monaco.
Yeah. Wait, so you're telling me that Chouameni then who's going to be our DM then if we're playing a 4?
It's better for us than that.
Huh?
So if we're playing a 4 at the back,
that's some no name.
He'll be on the DM. He's not a no name.
What?
He's not a no name. He's not a no name.
No. He's one of the prodigies in football.
That's true.
Right? Just say he just watched the Premier League only. But
I still think
watch European football.
I don't care, man. Declan Rice is better for Chelsea. If you're looking for that
you've heard about Declan Rice.
Why do people do this? Yeah, exactly. Why do
you never watch
Because it takes time for him to transition to the physicality of the Prem. Declan Rice has been bossing midfield.
Have you seen this guy? Have you seen him before? Have you seen him before? This guy is built like a tank. Have you seen him?
He's a no name. He's a nobody playing in France.
If you don't know somebody,
Declan Rice is playing and getting into top 4 or getting into European places for West Ham in the toughest league in the world and has been bossing it since 16, 17, 18.
Abdullah, you're on mute.
No, stop this. See, if I want to talk about it, I can go all about. For me at this moment, that stupid amount of money doesn't even worth Declan Rice getting. I don't care how good a player
he is. He's starting for England, one of the favorites.
I don't care. That money is ridiculously expensive. I do not care.
Oh my God!
Fried rice, chicken rice, jollof rice, Ghana rice, South Africa rice. I don't care about that guy.
Abdullah, this guy's been playing with Mark Noble and he's bossing midfields, man.
Really?
He's operating on a Brexit mentality. I swear.
Yeah, no. You have to open your mind, Abdurrahman. You can't just
care about some no name. This isn't Kante coming from going to Leicester, coming from League Two, man.
So do you know?
We shouldn't be looking for some no names from Monaco who did nothing in Europe.
So Drogba was a no name. So Drogba was a no name.
Did you know Kante? Did you know Mahrez before he moved to England?
Did you know Drogba?
No.
Did you know Kante?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I offered you guys. I said, let's go for Ndidi. You said, oh no, he is not as mobile. This kid, we don't know what he's gonna do in a more physical league. At least let him go to like a Wolves or something.
Have you watched?
Too much of a big jump. That's why I was against Jadon Sancho. Guys, we want to compete on all fronts next season. We need to go for players like Declan Rice, Ousmane Dembele, Romelu Lukaku.
I'm not for that. I'm sorry.
Fabinho.
Look at this guy's physical. No, wait. Update.
Fabinho transitioned perfectly into the Premier League. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is the same story. When I look at this guy, all I see is Bakayoko again, man. 2.0.
Oh, because he's black.
We need to go for a Declan Rice, a guy who's proven he's going to be starting for England at the Euros, who could ball in that tournament.
You're just saying
Yeah,
that. Come on, bro. Like, come on. It's better. Be better than that, man.
NK, this
Be
is
better than that,
Brexit
man.
mentality.
I think that's all good. That's all good, right? That's all the right way to
Emmy,
think
this is
about.
Brexit
That's
mentality,
not
bro.
good. That's not the right way to look at things, man. Be better than that, man.
No. He's not even
Not
like
every player is the
Bakayoko.
same.
First of all,
Come
he
on
can
now.
actually dribble.
Let
to
him
an
go to
extent.
Wolves before he has
can
the cheek to
pass
want to come
really
here.
well.
I'd take Loftus Cheek or somebody who can at least.
Abdul
You need to have
Rahman,
1 year
Abdul
Premier League experience
Rahman,
under your belt
guys,
before you come to the
hold on.
European
Abdul Rahman,
champions, man.
you need to go and watch him and play. You can't just
You can't be playing
wait.
against Brest
Wait.
and you
Abdul
want to
Rahman, you
come
can't
to
just say
Chelsea.
because you are
bro.
see. You can't
We've
just say
seen this
because
multiple times happen.
Abdurrahman. So Fabinho's a nobody, right?
one after the other. One after the
For
other.
every Fabinho, there's another Bakayoko, man. It's too much of a risk.
Oh my days, man! You're genuinely like.
You'd
What are
rather
you
have this
basing
guy than Ndidi.
Eden Hazard was playing against these same teams, by the way. Eden Hazard was playing against these same teams that you're talking about, by the way. Do you know how silly you sound?
Benzema?
I take back Hazard because we know what he's done.
Eden
18 months ago, Hazard was winning European Cups for
Didier
us.
Drogba was playing against these teams. Michael Essien was playing against these teams. What are you talking about?
Blue Eyes,
Yes,
Blue Eyes, are you
but
here?
they were highly touted. They were highly touted.
Yes, sir.
This
I'm
guy
not.
highly touted. What's wrong with
No,
You
not
don't hear
so
all
much.
this, you see. I don't even get far, but I
Bro,
think
if you want to go for a cheaper, if you want to go for a
Chai.
20 to 30 million pound sterling midfielder
so
from
wait,
Lille,
wait.
bro,
Guys.
I'd rather go
One
for
after the other.
David from Lille or Renato Sanchez.
Guys, after the other. See, Abdul Rahman, you need to go back and watch. Just not the Premier League match. Go back and watch top 5
Man, this
match.
guy is playing for
Let
nobody
me
against
explain.
nobody. He's playing against Brett every game, man.
Let me explain. Calm down.
This dude.
Calm down. Let me explain. You see,
oh my God.
I understand you
my
want Declan. Me, I'm not the biggest fan of Declan. I do not like him. Not that because I hate him. I don't think he fits into Chelsea Football Club. Because unfortunately, and secondly, that stupid price tag on his head, 90 fucking million. Chelsea is not paying that money. That is
Bro,
stupid
it's
money.
West Ham.
I don't
West
care.
Ham. They're money hungry.
I don't care if it is West Ham or Crystal Palace or Burnley or Sheffield United.
See,
This is the best player that they have to offer.
I do not care.
Since Rio Ferdinand, this is the best West Ham player.
Wait.
Abdurrahman, the same reason the starting Lampard was because of Declan Rice.
Wait,
if I can get a player
what Declan Rice going to give to Chelsea?
Guys, two decades ago, okay, we signed a young central midfielder up and coming from West Ham. He went by the name of Frank Lampard. I think Declan Rice is the second coming.
Oh my days.
So wait, time out. You're saying time out. You're just saying that this guy could be the next. Why are you assuming good about this guy, but when it comes to Traumeni, you're assuming bad and comparing it to Bakayoko? Why are you doing that?
I've never heard of this guy. I don't know how he's gonna bro. To be honest,
just because you've never heard of something, why are you slandering and
yourself? Have you even seen
just
this guy
say,
before?
I haven't heard about much, so I'm not gonna say too much. I'm not gonna say he's a
exactly. That's a better way to actually put it, right?
Bro, I don't even watch League One, but I know the bubbling the names of players. You look at a Renato Sanchez. If you're looking for a central midfielder, I'd go for him.
Also look at an Kante.
See, you need to educate yourself. You need to go and look at. You need to go and look at the top 20 on the top 10 under 21 players.
I just watched the Premier League.
Chomeni's there.
This is the home of the top echelon, the best quality football resides in the Premier League.
Hold on. Most of the players that are making it in the Premier League, were they developed in the Premier League, or did they come from?
Either they come from academies and get loaned out and start balling out, or
that's bullshit. Can you count 10 players? Hey, hello. Can you count 10 players? Can you count 10 players that have won the Premier League that were actually developed in the Premier League?
Pull up a list of the world's most valuable players.
Bro, if you're looking for a central midfielder, you got to look for Ndidi, Declan Rice, James Ward-Prowse, Cantwell.
Oh my god.
Cantwell's not a DM, you clown.
I'm done, man. Abdullahi, time out. I gotta go.
No. Personally, this is Brexit FC. It's full manifested form. All other players are suck. Anyone who plays other
so time out.
Samo. The Premier League is a different animal, man. We all know this.
Samo, don't worry. So by what this guy's just said, he has disrespected Didier Drogba in this club. He's disrespected Eden Hazard in this club. He disrespected Michael Essien in this club. He's how many?
No, those guys. Listen. They've done good, okay. But that was a different time. We're the champions of England. We're the champions of, rather, I should say, the UCL defending champions.
Eden Hazard came
That's irrelevant. How is that relevant?
Eden Hazard came after we were defending champions. Eden Hazard.
This guy right now on the screen, he could be Kante or he could be John Obi Mikel. But the position that we're in right now, Chelsea, we should go for the cream of the crop because we deserve it. We should not be going for these fringe players. Oh, he might be on the verge of actually doing something. You can't even break in your own damn national team, man. Chelsea, even it's kind of disrespectful to even mention that Julian Weigl guy from Borussia Dortmund. Chelsea should be looking for Declan Rice, a top player that's gonna play from day one.
If Tuchel said he wanted him, then are you gonna say no? Tuchel go.
Oh no, how am I supposed to take this guy seriously if he clearly?
I don't take this guy seriously. I've been on streams with this guy before, and you know what I mean. And people told me to calm down, so I'm not too. This doesn't surprise me. But what I'm saying is that
this guy on the screen, he's a no-name. The football terrorist. They never talked about him.
Blue eyes.
This guy's like a clown.
I don't care. I don't think
this guy is.
I don't. For me. I don't. That football terrorist for me. I don't even watch them talking to them because
this guy is Brexit. This guy is the definition.
This guy. Oh my!
Have you heard of a player called Bissouma? I think Arsenal are in for him. What position does he play in Brighton? Is he a centre back?
6.
He's a DM.
Yeah, I'd rather go for him, man. Than this guy.
You didn't even know what position he played, clown.
But he has Premier League experience. He has Premier League experience. People are talking about him. He automatically make our team better.
Guys, let me hear Blue Eyes.
Fernando Torres had Premier League experience.
Let's let Blue Eyes comment on this ludicrousy. Just comment, bro. This is insanity.
What comment, man? You guys are crazy. What comment are you guys talking about?
Save us, bro. I am genuinely shocked. No.
Sorry?
No,
would you rather have this guy on your screen, bro, or Declan Rice? Who would you rather for Chelsea to go in and try to buy? I don't even know his name. Fedcom. That's his name.
You guys already know, but you guys already know. Even Abdullah, you guys already know my choice. My choice is Declan Rice. I don't ask for too much. I don't ask for too much.
Okay, that's besides the fact.
That's not the question. That's not the question that was asked. That's not the question that was asked.
You guys know I've been advocating for Declan Rice Kante midfield for a long time. That's where I'm going.
Bro, you know how Chelsea we could dominate for the next few years, fam, with that midfield.
I'm
midfield in the Prem could compete.
This guy's Brexit sort of England only mentality. Not the Chumeni versus Declan Rice. This guy is telling us right now.
Yeah, that wasn't a question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's telling us right now.
He's saying what? Sorry.
Sentiment. Can you believe what this guy's saying? Sentiment.
Would you rather have this guy, this Chomeni, the guy that we've never heard of, or Ndidi?
I've heard of this guy. Yes, I haven't watched much about French Ligue 1, but I've heard of him.
Let's be real, man. There's no shame in saying you don't know who he is. He's a nobody, and he plays with nobody, and he's not going to help our club.
You want the truth?
It's the harsh
truth. He played with Cesc Fabregas, and Fabregas says a lot about him a lot. Cesc Fabregas is a Chelsea. He's played for Chelsea before. He said if you get too many, you're getting all-round player.
No. We're talking about the snake. This guy's opinion.
Where's the snake? Where's the snake?
Fabregas. His snake has to go to Barcelona.
Are you kidding me?
Who?
Are you for real?
What do you mean he snaked us to go to Barcelona? Are you an Arsenal fan?
Are you kidding me?
What happened?
Wait, what do you mean he snaked us to go to Barcelona?
This guy's an Arsenal fan.
He's an Arsenal fan. He's not even a Chelsea fan.
Nah, chill.
Oh, he just opened your ass. No wonder. No wonder, man. Yo, man.
Bro,
good. That answers the whole question. That says it all. That says it all. Okay, there you go. You're not even good at lying, man. You're not even good at lying, man. Yo.
this guy in the comments, is
Yo,
saying,
man.
I trust 100%. I back our
It's okay,
manager.
man. We
Okay?
appreciate
I
you.
back
No, we
Tuchel.
appreciate you. We appreciate you. No, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate
all
you,
your
man.
contributions. Thank you for everything. I've seen it now.
Yo,
Thank
we
you so
thank
much.
you so much. We appreciate you,
Bro,
man. You're a
listen,
gentleman.
chill.
We really
Chill, you're doing
appreciate
too
you.
much
No,
now.
you're a good guy. No.
Listen, man. No, I'm giving you your flowers. You deserve all the credit. You know
Yeah,
what?
we
Well
really
done.
Bro,
appreciate
Well
you.
done,
I
man.
don't want arguing. But
Clap
listen,
for
yeah,
yourself.
getting back on point,
What
yeah.
happened?
Clap for
Be
yourself.
serious, yeah.
Emmy, you didn't. Oh, you weren't here.
This
So
guy,
this guy was.
he's an
Relax,
Arsenal fan, man.
I already get that.
Emmy, so he was still talking
No,
about
this,
this Already thing, right?
Emmy, you missed it.
And then
You missed it, bro.
Abdullahi said Cesc Fabregas was saying all this stuff about him and how he's a good player and stuff.
I was trying
And
to
then this
downplay
guy,
this guy, man. It was
and
nothing
then
to do
this
with
guy had the
Fabregas.
nerve to say Cesc Fabregas snaked us and went to Barcelona. I said, what do you mean
Chill.
he snaked us?
Bro,
Didn't
relax.
he
Get
wasn't
back
he
on
at
point.
Arsenal
Listen,
The guy's an
at the end of
Arsenal
the day,
fan.
I back
He's
my
not a
manager.
Chelsea fan.
I back
forget
Tuchel,
this
yeah.
guy.
He's not a Chelsea
Nonsense.
fan.
Listen,
He's a Chelsea fan.
No, he's an Arsenal
no,
fan.
that's
This guy
why. He's an Arsenal fan.
You see,
Yeah.
It
what
makes
he was saying
sense.
about
Everything
More
makes
than
sense.
an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, it's all
No,
Nah,
but
talking about
me personally, me, I want Declan Rice.
relax. Chill.
Personally, I
Take it
want
easy.
Declan Rice too.
But listen,
Why
yeah,
do you
this
want
guy,
Declan Rice?
this comment, yeah,
Go
this
on, just
comment
tell
that's
me.
saying
Oh
that
Tell me
I
why.
think that I
Declan
know more than Tuchel.
all
How else
around
can I
better
back the
player,
manager?
all around better
If the
player.
manager wants to
EPL
purchase this
ready,
player and thinks that he's going to take us to
former
the next
Chelsea
level after
boy.
all that he's done, and
The list
and
goes
he
on
has
and
been
on,
willing to
man.
sign
Personally, though.
Declan Rice has the same problem. That the real reason why they let him go from Chelsea academy at 16, he still has that same problem, which is positional awareness, right? He still has that problem. A lot of games this season. If there's no
Yeah, because
Susek,
he
so I
plays
was
with
telling
Mark
someone,
Noble. He doesn't have
if
Can you
guts.
there's
talk?
no
Can you stop discussing Mark
he
Noble?
plays with Susek. He
No,
plays with
this
Mark,
guy.
Susek,
Mark,
not
Mark
Noble.
Noble's not in the team anymore. Mark Noble's not in the
Yeah,
team.
No,
but Amy,
it's Susek. It's Susek.
You're forgetting one thing, Amy. That you forget that the structure of this Chelsea style, positional awareness doesn't really matter because the spaces are so close. And when you play with
And not
somebody
just
like
that,
Kante,
Suchek doesn't offer anything. Declan Rice has to be a box to
hold on,
box.
bro, hold on. Let me
We
just
can't take you
finish.
seriously
I
anymore.
appreciate you, man.
Oh,
Hold on, bro.
Chill, man.
So the
Chill.
spaces,
This guy
thanks, man.
drops
I
bombs.
appreciate you, man.
Chill, man.
I appreciate you,
Relax.
man. Okay,
You're
no
not
problem,
serious.
bro.
You're not
You're the
serious.
guy
So
that was
this,
saying Obama blood clot, young.
No, please.
who, me?
Please. We know who you are now. We
What are
know
you
who
talking
you are.
about, man? No.
Chill.
We know who you are.
This guy's a clown.
Yeah, so
He's
the
a
spaces.
clown.
I agree.
Amy,
I
so
agree,
what?
Bro, I
Amy,
was
what
just
are
trying to
with
discredit.
positions?
I was trying to
Go ahead,
discredit this
Blue
guy.
Eyes.
I
Go
don't even
ahead,
know
Blue
I
Wait,
Eyes.
said
guys,
that.
I hear you, my
first
brother.
his
No
clown.
problem.
This is his
Go
opinion.
ahead, Blue Eyes. I
Blue
hear
Eyes, I'm
you.
sorry,
Go
man.
ahead.
I'm
I
sorry.
This is
appreciate
a
I'm
you,
snap
bro.
sorry.
fan. Hey, no problem, my brother. No problem. This is
I'm
a
sorry.
snap
I'm
fan.
sorry.
He's a
This is a
clown. I
snap fan.
can't
No,
take him
all I'm
seriously.
saying is that with Declan Rice, man, positional awareness or no positional awareness, the spaces are so intricate now. They between our players that you cannot be positionally not in place. There's somebody
I
already
agree,
covering your
but
space. So somebody like
I
Rice will
agree.
operate fine, man.
No, okay. So that's if we play three at the back, right? Then he has a central, central defender behind him, right? That could cover for him.
Yes,
But
yes.
if you say you want to play Declan Rice as your lone DM in a 4-3-3,
Yeah.
I think that's very dangerous. Because guess what? He can get sucked to the ball, and if he gets sucked to the ball, that there's a big hole in that midfield where I know Tuchel is a very good coach. He'll teach people what to do, but I think for the price that you're going to pay for Declan Rice, you can get Chomeni and also get Wiggle. Wiggle has played this system under Tuchel in Dortmund and was very effective
So you're getting
Tuchel.
2 6s. What are you doing? So what are you doing
No,
with
they're not
Jorginho
two.
and
No,
No,
Kovacic?
Tchouaméni's not a six.
Chomeni is not a 6. He can play 8. He can play 10. He can play 6. He can play
They're
4.
calling him
So
the
he can
new
play
Yaya
3.
Toure. Blue Eyes,
Yeah,
Yaya Toure.
yeah. He's pretty much the Yaya Toure, the new Yaya Toure. He's that
That's what
player.
they're
He
saying.
can
I'm not
drive with
saying
the
he
ball.
is,
He
but
can
that's what they're
dribble.
saying.
He can shoot. He can spray. He can
So
spray.
where
He can
would he
spray
play?
he can spray the ball. He can spray the
So,
balls from
for
side to side.
example, that Champions League finals team, which position would he play?
he'll probably take
You know
Jorginho.
what?
If you're good for attacking, if you're attacking, you'll take Jorginho. I'm assuming it'll be Kante and
Yeah,
Charmini.
he probably. He it to be Kante. That's in the back three. Yes, it to be him and Kante because he can sit and allow Kante to press, and then he can dictate play from deep.
Emmy,
So he has the
is it what?
ability to drop 40-yard passes, 50-yard passes all around the field.
But do you
He
see?
has that
But
ability.
you see Kante. You see that Champions League final game. Imagine Kante and Rice. Hi. Man,
I don't know.
the
I
thing
don't know.
about
You
Rice
guys
is
rate. You guys rate Rice so much, but I don't really rate
I
him.
do
Though. I don't
personally.
rate him
I
as
personally
much
I
as
do.
like
I do.
Rice.
I do.
I like Rice. I like
funny
Rice.
part, no matter how long you get Rice,
Personally, I do.
the board will not sign Rice. No matter, even if it is coconut rice,
I
they will
know.
not sign him.
I know.
I know they won't
I
sign
agree.
him.
I know
They
the
won't
board will
sign
not
him.
sign him, but I rate the guy, man. He's number one on my list. I know we're not
I
going to
think.
get him. I know he's 90 million,
Yeah,
but if
yeah.
we get him,
I
it will be
think he's going to
amazing,
go
man.
to. I think he's going to go to Manchester United. I think Man U probably will buy him.
That would be
Because they
stupid.
need they
But for
need
what though? Why?
They need a
no
DM
they
as well.
need they need they need those kind of players. They need he suits Man U more than Chelsea because at Chelsea we still need that player that can drive with the ball and shoot and actually
Which he
dictate
can
play
do.
from deep. No,
Which
he
he
can't
can do
shoot. He
perfectly.
cannot shoot. He cannot
Declan
shoot.
Rice.
I mean,
Hmm.
hey,
But
Emmy,
Declan
know
Rice.
some of the goals he scored this season. Hey,
Hmm.
don't tell
Declan
me he
Rice
can't
has
shoot
got
now.
a cannon of a foot, man. Cannon of a foot.
Don't say he can't shoot now. Come on
Hey!
now. Don't say he
From
can't
outside the
shoot.
box, inside the box.
Hey,
Declan Rice.
Emmy, have a little
Oh
cheeky
boy,
look
check your stats.
on YouTube.
Maybe I need to watch him more, but I've watched him a
You need to
lot. I
watch.
can
You
swear.
need to watch Declan Rice. So you need to watch Declan Rice, man.
I watch,
So the guy is
this
a very
Declan Rice
tight.
thing
He's
came
a
up.
very tidy
Came
He's
up.
a
CM.
very technical player. He's a very technical player. I'm telling you.
Very tidy CM. Very tidy.
Tidy.
Very
That's what he
tidy
is. Tidy,
CM, man.
tidy and
Very
neat.
tidy CM. Any day,
Wait, so
anytime
Declan Rice
CM,
can
man.
drive. Wait, so he can drive with the ball. He can
I'm not
dribble,
gonna
drive
say.
with the
Yes,
ball.
I'm not gonna
and you know,
try.
yes,
He's press resistant. He's press resistant. I'm not gonna say he's stiff.
very press
He's not
resistant.
stiff.
Or how
And
much?
you know what?
How do they play? Do they play that kind of football in West Ham? I know West Ham play mid block, right? They don't play
Hey,
possession football.
listen, Emmy.
Yeah,
Left foot,
yeah.
right foot. I'm telling you, left foot, right foot, ping. He can ping that ball. He can ping that ball. I'm telling you,
My
he can
goodness.
ping that ball.
My
Watch.
goodness.
I think it's because his West Ham is a bit more, they're not a big team, so it's not expansive. You're basically, I think he's limiting his game. But once he steps out,
Watch him this
elevate.
Euros. Watch him this
Guys,
Euros.
I'm
Watch
gonna
this
watch.
Euros.
I'm gonna watch him. I'm gonna watch him this Euros again. I watched him a
Watch him
lot.
this Euros.
But
No,
I'll
Blue Eyes,
watch
Blue
him
Eyes, can I
again.
just say something?
Blue Eyes, I want to say something. See, I don't want to watch Euros with England, but with this hype you're hyping this guy. If this guy,
man.
if he fails,
Why
if
you
this
don't
guy
like
fails,
English
Abdullah,
teams?
can I just say something? Okay,
All these
if
guys that
this
don't
guy
like
fails,
English teams. What's the problem?
if he fails,
What's the problem? You guys don't like football? Guy. Nah, you guys don't like English teams at all.
I'm just
No, not that.
You're
The
praising
thing, I
Rice
think the
for.
thing
To many
is,
is much better.
I think the thing with a lot of English players is the technical ability, right? And I think that's one thing that kind of keeps people like, hey, would this guy be able to survive in a team that needs a lot of technical ability, especially on the ball and off the ball too. So that's why people are always hesitant to pay that big English tax money because it's so expensive. You're looking at if you're buying Declan Rice, he can be your only signing. And guess what? We don't just need Declan Rice. We need goals. We need goals. We need a player that can score us 10 goals. I was telling. I don't know. You not sure joined yet, Blue Eyes. I was telling Abdullahi that we scored 58 goals this season. We need to score at least 75 goals to have a chance to get to challenge for the title. We need a player. We need players that would score at least 10 goals and 5 assists. Joining the team. Average. I know we'll probably comfortably. Like I know Havertz is going to step up next season. I know Werner will probably score more goals. Mount will score more goals, but we still need two very good players that can score outside our forward line at least 10 goals. And that's something that is very key if we're going to win the Premier League.
and you don't see
That's why the Aubameyang
Declan
thing
Rice
took a while.
contributing to that.
Blue Eyes,
You
if I'm
don't
gonna
see
be
Declan
honest,
Rice
if I'm gonna
contributing
be
to that.
honest, if I'm
I
gonna be
don't. I
honest,
don't.
I
Guys,
think
Maybe.
Chumeni and Declan Rice could play. We could buy both. It's not feasible, but Chumeni can play as an
No, we
8,
can't.
like a Pogba
We
role.
can't. We
Of
can't
course
buy
you
the
can.
two. I think they're
Yeah, I
too
know it's not
expensive.
feasible.
You're looking at 100,
That'll be
130
very
million
ambitious.
pounds.
That'll be very,
I would
very
go for
ambitious.
Chumeni because of versatility. He can play as a
So
centre mid,
now,
as an
Now you
8.
see, now
He
I
can play
think
as a
you're hyping
DM.
him up a bit
now
too
you guys
much. You see, I don't know too much.
now
I don't know too much.
and plus
Okay, okay.
you guys are telling me
If we get
Chumeni is the
Declan
number
Rice for the
8.
right price, I'm taking Declan Rice. But if they're asking for 90 million, we buy Chumeni. Deal?
All right.
Of course,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah, I
So
taking
agree.
Declan
I
Chumeni,
Rice.
agree.
Of
Chumeni.
course.
I
So
agree.
blue eyes. Chumeni can play 6. He can play the 6. He can play 8. He can also play 10 if you need him to. So he can play, cross that
But
midfield.
what we need is somebody to pair Kante. That's the missing link. Not the missing link because I think Jorginho is good, but I think the person we need is somebody to pair Kante. So what position? So
Yeah.
who do we have to
So
pair
he can
Kante?
play. He
Is
can.
that
He can.
what?
He can play. He can play Kante.
Mhm.
Yeah, he can play Kante. Yeah, he can play
Blue
Kante.
eyes.
And he
And
Blue
can
guess
eyes.
what?
he can he can resist
He'll
he
be
can
that
resist the
Matic.
press.
Blue
Yes,
eyes.
he can dribble through. Yeah, he can dribble through the press. He can pass the ball.
Okay,
He
there
can
you
shoot.
go.
He can
There
drive
you
the
go.
ball. So
Blue
he
eyes.
has the ability to do all those things. But the thing is, people don't know him or have not maybe don't talk about him because he's just 30, 40 million. And that's because it's legal, right? Nobody they
Mm.
don't have the English extra tax money. That's ahead. So he's a very good
Because
player. Like, someone
as
that's
funny
touted to
and
be.
as yeah.
Mhm, go ahead.
No, I said
Oh,
that guy. What's his name? I don't know if he's still on the stream. That guy made a very crucial point. He said he looks at Chumeni and he sees a Bakayoko.
It's not true.
No,
So
no,
that's
that guy's
racist
a
to me.
clown.
That's
That's not
racist.
serious.
That's
come
That's
on.
very
not
that's
serious.
racist.
Yo,
That's racist. That's racist
yo,
because you know why? You've never watched this guy
You
play.
never
You don't
watched the
even know
guy.
him. That's
Exactly.
that's a that's an unconscious
No,
That's
bias,
actually
and that's
really that's
because the
that's
guy.
unfortunate. That's unfortunate that a
Yeah,
lot of black players have to go through that, man. It's not
yeah,
shame.
and
It's
I don't know why. I don't know why
uh,
Abdullah is still. Abdullah should have kicked him. See, that's to me. That's an unconscious bias. It's
oh
also
my
yeah,
racist
goodness, man!
because
Emmy,
I
because
would
let
Who
me
the
not
hell
lie
is
to you.
that? He's an Arsenal
If
fan.
if
Emmy,
if the
it's
guy
like
was white, there's no way he would have said Bakayoko. Period. Right?
yeah, that's why
Because
I
when
say Declan Rice is Frank
it was
Lampard.
because
Declan Rice
it
is
was
Frank
because
Lampard. But
it
this
was
guy's
because
Bakayoko.
Abdullahi pulled up the guy's picture on the screen and the guy sees a Monaco shirt and the first thing he sees is Bakayoko. And that's
Yeah.
racism, period. You don't
Mm.
need to call someone the N word to be
When
racist.
the guy
That's to
play,
me,
they play,
that's
the
extreme.
guy play FIFA, so you can't get angry. Just the guy play FIFA alone, so I
Abdullah,
understand.
Abdullah, this clown really came up here and said that he liked a player because he played really well on FIFA.
Yeah. I was surprised when I heard that. And I was like, dude, you
I was
play
like,
too much
are
FIFA,
you
bro.
He's like,
serious?
oh,
Oh, the guy.
hey,
Oh, the
Did you
guy
see
Blue
ran
Eyes.
this?
out. The guy is gone. Eh?
No, he's still here. He's still here. He's just
Ah,
on mute.
All right. He's
Hey,
on
Blue
mute.
okay,
Eyes.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
whenever he
Blue Eyes.
comes. I'm telling you something
Come
that
back, come
hey,
back.
you
We
need
need to
to
talk, man.
Blue
We
Eyes.
need to talk. That boy, come back.
No,
you
that
need
Yes,
to
guy, I
expand.
lost
yes,
patience.
NK
Hey,
Dons. Talk to me.
Blue Eyes. Do you respect Cesc Fabregas?
Do I respect Cesc Fabregas?
Yeah.
Is that the question?
Yeah, that's the question.
No.
You don't respect Cesc Fabregas.
No, I just
Why?
I appreciate him as an alumni, but I don't know. I don't
Wow.
respect
Yeah.
because of that Arsenal rivalry. I'll never forget that fight. I don't know if
Okay.
you guys saw that
But
fight,
okay.
Arsenal Chelsea,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah.
I've always
But,
seen
but, but Blue
I've
Eyes,
always seen
I've always seen you
I've
reminisce
always
of
seen Cesc
Kante
Fabregas
and
in a red jersey, man.
In a red jersey at the
I was
bottom
never
of your heart. Yeah.
Yes, I've never envisioned this. I've never been comfortable with him in blue, man. But
Okay, but do you
he
respect
has
his
some
technical ability?
wonderful passes.
Do
Of
you respect
course,
his technical
yes.
ability and him as a footballer?
Of
As a footballer.
course, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so when he
So you
The only thing I
spoke
didn't
about
like him though was he didn't have no defense.
okay, so when he spoke about Charmany, he said
Yes,
he can play anywhere in midfield and he will not have a problem. He can play
yes.
as a number 6 alone, as a defensive midfielder, as a number 8, in a double 6. What he's doing now, even in a year's time, he could become a good number 10 if he wanted.
Nice.
He's got the
Nice.
power to get into the box. He needs to improve his final pass a little bit, but he's so young and he's determined to learn. From
How
what
old
I
is he?
can see, he's 21. From what I can
He's
see,
Oh,
21.
nice.
and the
Yeah,
roles
he's
that
21.
he has a bright future ahead of him. Intriguing
Yes.
stuff.
Mm.
NK, I think this
Intriguing
guy,
stuff.
honestly, if I'm going to be honest, I think this guy would. He reminds me so much of Paul Pogba. Not as technically gifted, but he also has a defensive part to the game. So he's more of a defensive Pogba, but his passes and the accuracy and the flair behind those long range passes, and his shots as well, they're beautiful, man. So as an 8, I would love this guy. I think
So are
Hey,
we gonna get it? Are we gonna get him, or is it just a rumor?
Oh no, he's
No,
like
it's
very
so
serious.
I'm hearing that Chelsea actually have agreed terms with him and his agent, that they plan to probably
Oh,
start
nice.
talking after the Champions League. So the thing is, I know Marina and Tuchel got to talk today or yesterday, so I'm sure some of those his name must have been brought up, and of course Tuchel knows him from his league on time. Tuchel sorry, he coached PSG, and he knows most of the young and upcoming players in the league on.
Mm.
That will
Mm.
probably suit his style in Chelsea. That would not cost an arm and leg. One thing I like about Tuchel is he's not that kind of he's not like Conte that says go get me this player, and if you don't get this player I cannot perform. He's someone that actually can actually provide a solution, even
Mm.
when even if you don't get his number one, or the so-called the so-called number one target. He can find something from every player and make something good. It's like someone that doesn't need to cook with all the ingredients, but the food still comes out good, right? So he's
Mm.
he has identified that Tremeni guy as someone that he would like to sign for the club. Yeah.
So
So
that
that's
means
what I
one
heard.
of
I
one of
think
one of Kovacic or Jorginho is gonna have to feel the axe. One of them
I
has to
think
go
they're
if
gonna
we get
rotate.
this guy.
I think he's looking at it this way. He's saying that he needs
And
bodies
remember Billy
there.
Gilmore too.
Um,
There's Billy Gilmore
I think Billy might go on loan this season.
on
I
loan.
think so. The
so wait, so
reason why
you're
he gets
telling me,
paid.
Emmy, so you're
Mhm.
telling me that Billy Gilmore is gonna go on loan, but Loftus Cheek is likely to stay?
So that's where see. I don't know what's going to happen between Billy Gilmore and Loftus Cheek. What I know is if Loftus Cheek comes back all ripped up, and his fitness is solid. He trusts his body. He has a very good preseason. It gives Tuchel a reason to say, "Hey, we can do well with this guy." As in, we have something we can play. This guy, some a role. This guy has a role to play for the team. I think he stays because of his sheer ability. Even though he's not a regular, he can come off the bench and play a part. Now the thing is, with Loftus Cheek and his current mental struggles with his injury, I think he needs at least a run of games to actually get that fitness and trust his body. He's gotten that with Fulham this last season, but starting next season, that's why I said his form in preseason is key for his Chelsea career. If he doesn't perform this preseason, and he still has wobbly times, wobbly moments, I'm sorry, but I think it will be the end of his Chelsea career. They might just
No, 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 no.
either loan
Emmy,
either
do
loan
you
him or
think?
cash in on him.
Yeah, Emmy, do you think he could have a Jesse Lingard type of loan?
No, no. Like go to a team and just explode in the team, like become
Just
very
ball
good.
out, just ball out.
Now the thing is, that's what I'm saying. I trust Loftus Cheek's mentality. I like his mentality. I know he's a fighter. I know he's someone that is going to push himself. I know he's someone that continues to challenge himself. But the thing is, you can only do that when you trust your body 100%. Now, I believe he does. He's improved. Playing more games this season. I think he played up to 25 or 28 games this last season. But the thing is, this preseason is a very key part of him having a Chelsea career because Chelsea has a need for his skill set in the team. Now the thing is, will he be able to step up and say, "Hey, I'm here. You can count on me." That's what
Emmy,
that's that's what we don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
Emmy. Sorry,
Hmm.
the guys, you can speak in as well. But don't you think that Loftus Cheek is essentially a older Charmany? Because the versatility that you're describing with Charmany, isn't wasn't Loftus Cheek that? That's point number one. And point number two,
Okay.
I think it's such a sad shame because essentially Loftus Cheek was Mason Mount before Mason Mount without the impact, like the huge impact that Mason Mount had. Or maybe
No, no.
2 notches
I
below.
think Loftus Cheek had a huge impact in 2019. So he was
Would that
so
breakout sting with
after.
sorry?
Yes, if apart outside of Hazard, Loftus Cheek was deciding games for us.
Yeah,
That's
deciding
between
games. Yeah, yeah.
exactly. He was scoring, he was assisting. At some point, it was just him and Hazard carrying the team, through
Hmm.
the league. I know. We ended up coming third that season, but I will tell you, Loftus Cheek had a very, very good
Very
season
good
that year.
season.
He
Yeah, he
scored.
did.
He scored. I think he scored 9 goals and had 7 assists, if I'm not mistaken. And he didn't play. He didn't play for many. He didn't play, most of the first half of the
Yeah,
season.
at the start of
Remember,
season,
remember
we were
Sari.
begging him. We were begging
Yeah,
him.
Sari refused to actually start, play him until,
Loftus Cheek
you
and
know, but
True.
but but but
There
but,
were things
but
on Twitter. I
Sari
remember.
actually developed. Sari actually developed Loftus Cheek
Yeah,
because Loftus Cheek was very lopsided when it came to the defensive part of the game. But Sari told him, "Hey, if you want to play for this team and if you want to play for Chelsea, you have to be able to press the ball and you have to be able to use your physicality to win that ball and actually drive with that ball." And I think those some of the things actually, helped Loftus Cheek unlock himself. It's just the same thing with Rhys James right now, right? Rhys
mhm.
James, and those are some of the things you don't learn in the academy. You need to come out in the real world and actually add that part to your game. Your ability to actually utilize your physicality or some of your hidden talents to actually, progress or add value to the team. And that's
And
what,
Can we?
that's what that. Go ahead.
No, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish up. Finish up.
No, I was just going to say. So I think Loftus Cheek has a chance to have himself in the team. The thing is, it's now in his court to actually show that he can be counted on as someone that has a future in Chelsea. And for Gilmore, I know Gilmore has a very I think Gilmore will probably do well if we get Chomeni and Wiggle and Loftus Cheek comes in back. Of course, we're selling Barkley and the remaining guys like Drinkwater and all those guys. If we get Loftus Cheek, Wiggle, and Chomeni into the team, I don't think Gilmore stays. I think Gilmore will move. I think he'll go on loan. You can go
If we
ahead,
get
Rice.
I just don't
Weigl,
think.
then Jorginho leaves because Weigl and Jorginho are identical players. They're very identical. So
I wouldn't say
yeah,
if they're
Can
identical,
we?
then why
Can
would
we
you show one
please?
Weigl?
No, no.
if Tuchel wants
Can we
Weigl,
please?
that means that Jorginho's leaving.
Can we please talk about Mason Mount's pass? That senior citizen pass.
Luis,
Poi.
Luis,
Poi,
take
Poi.
it.
Can we please talk about Poi's pass? Can we please talk about that senior citizen pass? Can we please think about that traffic stopping pass? Can we please talk about
Yeah,
that
that was a world class pass.
disrespectful pass? That was world class, my
That
brother. That was
that
world
was a
class.
pass. That was a pass. That's a pass that wins you the Champions League. I'm glad it did
Yeah.
win us the
My
Champions League.
goodness. My goodness,
That was
man.
a very,
I
very
watched that pass
fantastic
over and
pass.
over again, and the pace on it was so perfect. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. Yo,
take your
the
praise on this
pass
one,
was the
Luis. Take your
goal. The pass was the goal. The pass just, oh my goodness, man. To have that kind of discipline to make a weighted pass.
Hmm.
When that pass arrived where Kai was, you just knew something was going to happen.
Yeah, but
And
yeah. Kai
Oh
has the
yeah,
composure.
I'm
Kai
so.
always has the composure,
Oh
man.
yeah, oh yeah. Kai. That's why I said you guys don't know, but Kai can actually be that striker for us because
Oh, I don't know
he can
though.
I don't know
he
about
can
that,
be that
man.
striker. He can be the
Do you
striker.
want him?
Unless
Do
he
you
I
want
want
him
gets,
to
if
be
he
the
gets the
striker? Do
passes.
you want him to be the striker? because I don't want him to be the
He,
striker for us. I want him to
if
be
he,
that.
I don't mind
so the
him being
thing is,
striker, but
so the thing is, I believe that if we get that, that profile of midfielder that can actually provide those kind of true passes or even increase our number of true passes per game, I won't be surprised, we keep Kai as that number nine because as that false nine because he can be very, very, very lethal up front. Like you see how he scores, right? He places the ball and he has the ability to do different things. Like he knows where the goal is and he knows how to score, and that's very, very key.
nah,
Guys, do you know what? Guys, do you
he
know what?
rolled that guy, man.
What
Yeah,
Ragnick said about Kai Havertz? What Ragnick said? He said he did not find any weakness in Kai Havertz. He's just a modern player of Johan Cruyff. He has no weakness. Once his confidence, there's no way of you stopping him. He's just too good of a
yes.
player. He's an exceptional player that
I,
you find
I,
a little bit of difficulties in him as a player. He's
hmm
just overall
hmm
just so good of a player. Way too good.
Yep,
Even with, same thing
yep.
as Wenger said the same thing
He's
too.
well rounded.
Kai Havertz is the most complete center for the you have ever seen as a player because he has that attribute of a
I
player in him.
and I can tell you that Arsene Wenger has seen the same thing he saw in some players like Dennis Beckham, players that he probably
Ozil,
coached
Ozil,
against
Ozil. I said this guy
also.
Havertz reminds me of
Yeah,
Ozil.
and he's probably seen some very his ability on the ball. Kai Havertz first his first touch. Kai
The
Havertz
touch,
actually I've not seen him misplace his first touch before. I'm not.
technique,
No,
The
Ozil.
guy's
Havertz is a
first
well-rounded player. He's
the
pacey. He
guy's
can
first
pass. He can
touch.
shoot.
Wow.
You know,
And guess what? People underrate this guy's speed. My God, he's fast.
he's
Because
fast.
Zinchenko is no slouch. Zinchenko could not catch him.
Yeah, I mean, can you
Yes.
just
That's true.
appreciate Havertz's composure? You remember when he gave Pulisic
Composure.
the pass on a platter?
Oh
Can you
yes.
imagine
That was
Pulisic?
a goal. Can you
Oh
imagine?
Be the
my
That
sixth
was
man.
goodness.
that
You have
was.
to.
But let's just
This
admire
man.
Havertz's
Did you see
composure
how
technique.
Havertz waited for Pulisic to be goal side before he laid that pass? Did
Yep,
you see that?
Imagine.
that's why I said
He
we
didn't
need
he
to.
didn't just
Man,
he
Pulisic.
didn't just hurriedly pass that ball.
Guys,
No,
guys,
Pulisic waited and
that's
shot.
why I said I'll prefer more of a creative player than a striker because Kai Havertz can score the goals. If you can have a creative player who can just beat a player 1v1, so you get what I'm saying? Beat the player 1v1 and just strike the ball into that net. We are seeing a sensational world class player. Guys, I won't lie to you guys.
Because Abdullah, if you give Havertz all the chances Werner had this season, how much goals does
He
he
will
get?
score. Yes, I believe exactly. I believe that if we give Havertz all the chances Werner had this season, he scores at least 75% of those chances easily.
Yep. And in the
Because
modern
he's
game, the
that good.
false nine is becoming more and more, the
Yeah,
better option.
because guess what? When you play with a false nine, you have that added man in midfield
Yeah, the
that
battle's
gives
won in the
you
midfield. The
Yes,
battle's won in the
exactly
for
midfield. That's the
sure.
bottom line.
that gives you that extra man in midfield, right? So
Mm,
and
wow.
that's what we need in Chelsea. If we get like what Abdullah said, if we like, I don't think we need to go get a number nine and spend
Hey,
120 million, right?
actually, yeah, no,
But
no, no. I'm not. I'm not. Yeah, I'm
it,
not desperate for number nine.
yeah, if we get an inside forward that can get us 10 goals and 10 assists, um, I will
We're
go
gonna
for it.
we're gonna
That's
live.
why. That's why I called Usman Dembele, right? If because Tuchel got the best out of Usman Dembele. Remember, Tuchel bought Usman Dembele from Rennes to Dortmund and made him a world class player, a player that people will say, oh, he's not so world class, but guess what? For Barcelona to spend 140 something
That's
million
yeah,
pounds,
exactly.
120 something million pounds a year, you would know the guy was tearing up the screen and they actually saw the future of their team in that guy. The only thing about the guy is he's an emotional person. He's someone that you need to put your arms around him, right? He's someone that, he needs a coach that will say, hey, I trust you. I want you to go out there and and tear that team apart. You understand? And that's a good one. I think that's what Tuchel can give to him and regenerate that boy. And guess what? He's not going to be too expensive. If you give Barcelona 50 million right now, They'll give you Usman Dembele. They'll give you Usman Dembele. Yes, I believe it. They'll give you Usman because right now Barcelona is flooded in the finals. There, they have Coutinho, they have Aguero, they have Griezmann, they have Messi, they have Pedri, they have they have Ansu Fati. They have so many players, right? They need to let go of at least one player in that team. Yeah.
Hmm. That's
Yeah,
not the bad
so
shout though.
I see Usman Dembele, and I won't be surprised. It's everything is going undercover and nobody's even talking about it. Boom, you just see the guy lift the Chelsea shirt because that guy can shoot with both feet, right? He can shoot
Yes, yes.
right, he can shoot
And
left,
you know the
he
problem.
can tri-
HH has
he
been
can dribble.
shouting it. HH has been saying it recently. I want who's. I want who's. I don't see. I don't want us to get
Who
it
sent
because of
Sancho?
HH. HH is a madman. It's a madman. Imagine Usman Dembele came to Chelsea and HH to turn him into something. Ah, it's better than Messi.
No, HH is popping off. Like HH was discrediting Real Madrid,
HH is
Barcelona.
a madman. HH is
He's
a
a
madman.
madman. Leave him alone, man. This guy is popping off. I don't claim him as. He's good.
Yeah, I think a player in that profile will actually suit us better than the Sancho because Usman
Sancho can
Dembele
score,
will be able
guys.
to.
Come on.
He can score, but my
Yeah, but
problem with Sancho is he's
Usman is more Usman Dembele
It's
is more dynamic.
multi-dimensional. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
more
more dynamic,
multi-dimensional.
more
He can
dynamic,
add more. He
more
can add more. He
talented.
can
Injury
play.
prone, unprofessional.
He's
I don't know.
injury prone. Yeah, he's injury prone. Yeah,
A bit
that's the question
He's
unprofessional.
mark as well.
he's
I don't know.
he's injury prone is because of his habit and his style, right?
Yeah.
He's I think Tuchel. So one thing I know about Tuchel is discipline, right? And I know, I think one thing that I can beat my chest that we have a coach that is very hungry and he's very disciplined. He demands that from his players. And one thing that Barcelona does not have that Chelsea has is a lot of senior leaders. Like you have very grounded, very, in Barcelona. I think I'm not saying that, they didn't try their best for him, but the thing is, they didn't push him hard enough, and they didn't try to be there for him. I don't know the full story, but it looks like he was just left by himself. And guess what? If he leaves, he's such a young boy too, and he looks like a spoiled kid who just plays PlayStation with his friends all day instead of training, right? But if he has, a very very rigid, very very rugged team that will push him and make him, bring out the best in him, my God, I think we're looking at a very very fantastic,
But
talented player.
guys, we're saying all these players and all these signings, but what happens with Ziyech and all these guys? Like,
Guys,
because I'm hearing a
MK
lot
does.
of names. Like,
Do you hear the news that Ziyech may go to Napoli? Do you hear the news that?
no, I haven't heard that
Wait,
at all.
I heard
I,
that.
I,
I heard that.
I have to go out and come back. I'll come back. Just give me a
Okay,
second.
okay.
Okay.
Because I
Okay.
heard the news that Ziyech is going to Napoli.
I wish we could sell Ziyech because he's a very talented player, but I don't see him fitting in the Premier League. He's an amazing player. He's talented, but his lack of ability to operate
Yeah, I'm seeing Napoli.
in quick
You see
in a
Napoli?
league
Yeah,
where everybody is physical and the style of football is much faster. He's not going to succeed, so he must leave. He has to go to like a Spanish team, maybe a Ligue 1 team. I'm not sure, but a Spanish team for sure would suit that guy.
apparently Milan have inquired as well.
Yeah, he's not going to fit in Italy. Too physical. And do you think AC Milan would pay
I don't know if they have the
the
money.
40
That's the
mil
issue.
required to get
Yeah,
him?
yeah. Chelsea aren't gonna sell on a loss. That's not
They're
happening.
not. They're not. And Milan like struggle to sign Tomori for 28. So
Exactly.
No, they'll pay for Tomori next week. They'll pay for Tomori next. It's been
Yeah, they'll
agreed.
pay.
It's been agreed.
but
It's
they're
been
not going
agreed.
to buy Ziyech. They struggled to pay that money. That was like they really were hesitating. But
They eventually paid the 28 million. It's not that bad for them to pay. They've officially paid it.
yeah, I know. But I'm just saying they struggled to
They
pay
were
that money.
struggling. Yeah, they were
They're not
Yeah.
going
struggling.
to buy
No,
Ziyech.
no, they were afraid because of they were thinking about them not getting the UCL. Now they're getting the UCL now. I think that got them off paying the money.
No, they were just
No,
apprehensive because
Abdullahi. Even then, still they were struggling to
yeah. It's just Tomori
pay
was
the
just
money.
too good that they just couldn't resist.
Yeah, it was too good of a bargain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to go, but thanks, guys. Hey,
No worry.
take care, man.
Yeah, peace. So what you guys saying for the next season? What Saka do we buy? What do we need? What do we need?
Whatever Tuchel wants. But personally, I think we need.
Yeah, man.
Ousmane Dembele is a good shout. So Ousmane Dembele or Sancho, we need an inside forward.
I don't think you see. I don't want us to get Sancho. I do not.
I don't understand.
For me, Sancho is gonna be like a luxury player for us. Luxury player for us. That's it.
No. But why?
The reason I say Sancho, if Sancho comes in, he has to prove himself under Tuchel. In United, he doesn't. He will go straight to starting lineup immediately.
No, you can't come under this sort of ideology because everyone who comes to Chelsea Football Club now will have to prove themselves, except for the striker. So he's gonna prove himself. Sancho's a talented player. Can't say I don't want Sancho because he has to prove himself. I believe you get him, and he's a very talented player. He's actually better than Ousmane Dembele in my opinion. He's professional, much more professional than Dembele is. Why not? You're backtracking. So, and he can score. I don't know why people say Sancho can't score. In my opinion, Sancho can score.
Yeah, he's very creative. He's very, very creative.
So then why not get Sancho?
You have to wait and see. If United want to pay the money, they will pay. United doesn't want to pay, they'll pay. You have to wait and see.
Abdullah, you know what I saw that United have a 20 million euro difference in valuation with Dortmund.
Oh, 20 million remaining for them to pay for Sancho.
20 million, and that is for United. That's a big deal because last year they only had a 10 million euro difference.
Why United struggling to pay Sancho's money? Why are they worried or scared about something?
They're stingy. They're stingy. And they have a deadline, June 11th.
Wow, that's next Friday.
Yeah, they have a deadline, and if they don't pay up by then, Chelsea and any other interested club will be allowed to bid for Jadon Sancho. So, right now United have the priority, but after June 11th, if Sancho is still available, Chelsea, I swear Chelsea might go in for him. We did the same with Werner. I think we'll probably do the same with Sancho. And we need Sancho. Tuchel knows we need Sancho. But hey, we'll see. We'll see.
Wow.
Super
like
chat, ask
earlier,
question, guys. Ask question. The panels will answer your question. Ask question. Send super chat, guys. Support your boy here. Support also. Yeah.
For me personally, like I said, we won the Champions League, so I know send, man. If you like, go and find. I don't care if we played by any player or not. This Champions League is enough credit in the bank now, man.
Blue Eyes, no, we have to win. I understand that you're satisfied. I understand that you're obviously high off the win, but we have to.
I am. I'm very satisfied, man.
So you're genuinely telling me that.
But Roman is not satisfied because Roman wants to spend money.
Blue Eyes, you're turning into an Arsenal fan. Easy, bro. We have a lot of work.
No, it's not easy, man. When you win Champions and then we qualify for Champions League too, it's like, yo, man. Yo, what else do we need to do?
We need to build. We need to make this a long-lasting thing.
Yeah, I know. We can build for the future while we enjoy the Champions League this year, man.
Blue Eyes, bro, you're enjoying.
We're gonna have a lot of target on. See, Blue Eyes, we need a recruitment because we're gonna have so many haters at our back. So we have to be ready. You know that. There's a Super Cup to win August 11th. There's a favorite club to win in December. So we have so many things to think about.
Yo, but
very true.
Have you guys seen Germany?
Oh, do you think City are resting on their success? Sentiment, I don't understand your question.
City
are resting on their success. You mean Man City?
That's a good question. They're not resting on their success. They just are not. They haven't arrived when it comes to playing big games. They haven't arrived yet.
I think the accolade of it is Pep Guardiola for me because Pep Guardiola sometimes he overdo stuff he doesn't need to overdo. It doesn't know to
No,
do
no,
it.
no, 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 no. Abdullah, see, it's funny because after that game against City, I don't know, I think I said this to you earlier before, Abdullah. That game against City, after that game, everybody was saying that Pep was overthinking it. Pep was doing this, Pep was doing that. Listen, my brother, man. I was hoping that Fernandinho or Rodri played.
Tuchel said the
We
same
would
thing
have
because
scored
he
at
was
least
hoping.
we
Like,
would have scored at least 3 goals. 3 goals, man, and they will collect red card.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm very sure, man, because you know why? Mason Mount, if you remember that game, I don't want to bore you with, because say sometimes your football purism kicks in. That game in the finals, right? If you notice, Mason Mount was almost he was almost playing closer to the wing.
Yeah.
You open it up a little bit so that you can open that Man City midfield. If for say Fabinho play, or what's his name, Fernandinho, if Fernandinho had played, you know what would happen? Fernandinho would have to defend Mason Mount and Kai Havertz at the same time, which is impossible. It's impossible, man. One person will always be free. Then remember the pace that these kids are coming with, Kai Havertz and Mason Mount. Heavy pace, so.
Mm-hmm. And I understand.
This guy will collect red card.
I love what Emmy said. If you can't get a prolific number 9, I will not my Kai Havertz being down number 9. Just have to have a creativity around him that will create more for him to score the goals. You get what I'm saying? He can be that prolific striker that we can rely on. Yes, he can be that number 9. We just have to have a creativity. That's why I agree with what Samuel said. If we put Sancho in, Sancho will create and will score goals. It will ease the burden on Kai Havertz a lot.
Who said? Are we sure?
Samuel said he wants Sancho. That's why I agree with him, because Sancho is a creative player that will come in and create chances. Pulisic, I don't trust him. You know why? Because he's injured a lot. He's an injury player. He doesn't stay fit almost every time. So I don't trust him to show me that consistency I want from him. But getting Sancho is a creative player. He will create and he will score goals. That gave me happiness, because now I can see a player who will create and score goals for us.
Okay, can I explain this to Blue Eyes? Because here's my thing. I understand that we all want our number 9, and we need to get a number 9. But this summer window is not optimal for us to get the best possible piece for our future. So what I'm saying is, you look at Man City, false nines do work in this new era of football. Football is kind of shifting. The number 9 is becoming less and less important, and it's sort of gravitating towards inside forwards, inverted wingers, midfield, false nines. So I'm saying we could survive. Yeah. We could do really well with Kai Havertz and get Dembele, was a really good shout, or Jadon Sancho. Maybe get midfield players like Chouameni. You get a DM. Chouameni plays DM as well. We can do that. Not only do we make our project a lot more enticing for a player like Erling Haaland, but we also we strengthen our ability to actually even win the league. Because right now the team we have, we're not winning the league, never, because we can't.
We can't. Yeah, we can't win the league because we don't have enough threats from different parts of the field, right?
We don't have an ability to penetrate low blocks like Arsenal.
Exactly.
You think about even Leicester in that FA Cup semi-final. It's kind of telling, right? They weren't necessarily low block, but they were kind of sitting. Or even Villa game, all sorts of different examples that you get, and you see that Chelsea need penetration in tight spaces. So I would say get Sancho, get a good young midfielder, talented midfielder, get a DM, and what you do is you're able to have a much more intriguing project for the future.
Yeah, I think I agree with you totally, Sam. Because the more we add those kind of quality young players, the more people, teams will want. I'm sorry, players will want to join our team. Currently, we're a very fascinating team. Like most talented players also want to join Chelsea currently because our project, of course, you can see it's yielded the Champions League, right? And very few projects around European football currently have a team team like ours that that is looking that can dominate the European football for the next 6 to 7 years. Our team has the ability to actually be the dominant team in the next 7 years in Europe, and they will still not even be 29 years old. Most of them, they'll probably be 27, 28. So yeah.
That's why I said I don't think we're going to get that much of a number 9, because if you look at the way Kayaba score, when you give him that chances, he will put that ball in the net. He will score that goal. He will score that goal. Oh, okay. With Giroud contact, so does it prove that Tammy Abraham is there? Tammy is leaving. We already know Tuchel doesn't rate him, so he's leaving.
Tammy's leaving. Tammy's leaving. No, I think that one is. I think that's clear. Right now,
Where do you guys see him going though, Tammy?
I think West Ham. I see Leicester. I see Leicester. I see West Ham because I know he wants to play in Europe. So I think it's one of those teams that qualifies for Europe.
Yeah.
I don't see him going back to Villa because Villa. I think Villa is in the Conference League. I don't even know where they are.
Villa?
Yeah, I think Villa is at this sixth or fifth.
Aren't they in the Europe? No, they're in the Conference League. They're in the
No, Tottenham is in the Conference League.
No, but Villa can wait. Let me just.
Is it 7 and? Who is it? How many people are in the Conference League? 7 and 8, right? Or is it only 7 only?
I think 7 and 8.
I think 7 and 8.
Wait, let me see. So Villa's finished 11th. No, they're nowhere near. They finished 11th.
Oh, they finished 11th.
And Ross Barkley. Ross Barkley, man. Ross Barkley couldn't command
going
the
to
shirt
West
at
Ham.
Villa
He's
Park.
going to West Ham. He's going to West Ham.
Ross
I hope
Barkley,
that guy
man.
leaves.
I
guys,
had so much hope.
Guys, I'm having a feeling that we may see the rejuvenated Timo Werner next summer. A rejuvenated Timo Werner next summer.
See,
I'm having that feeling.
I think I feel that Timo Werner, right? Lampard actually destroyed his confidence, and he started doubting himself. In fact, Tuchel saved his career because he would have been finished. If Lampard stayed, he would have been finished by now. Like there'll be no Timo Werner by the end of this summer if Lampard stayed. I think so. But the thing is, he needs to. Is he in the Germany squad? Is Timo Werner in the Germany squad? Is Timo Werner part of the German squad?
Yeah, he
Does
is.
anybody know?
He's a part of the German squad. Yeah, his name is there. Timo Werner Kaya Vatade.
Okay.
Yeah, Timo
So if
made
he's
the
part of the
squad.
German squad, yeah, if he's part of the German squad and he has a decent Euros, when I say decent, at least he has 2 goals, 3 goals, and he contributes a bit to the team. It's not bad for him. His confidence boosted because I think he needs a whole preseason, this summer with Tuchel, and Tuchel will need to work with him. And because Timo Werner is someone that doesn't, he's like all those kind of stubborn guys that he wants to just make himself. He wants to be the best. He wants to be good. He's very angry with himself that he's not scoring. He's not scoring all the. He's not scoring the chances. That are presented to him. He wants to be that main striker. Unfortunately, I think Chelsea cannot depend on him coming back next season to win the league. We definitely need more firepower. So what are your thoughts on Isaac from Real? Oh yeah, I've seen this guy play.
Oh,
He's not bad too.
Isaac, yeah.
The Isaac guy from Real Sociedad. My problem with this kind of players is I just the Premier League is very, very intense. And I've seen players come here and struggle. Players like Soldado. Soldado was a very good striker in Valencia those days.
And
he moved to the Premier League and he struggled. And it's very tough. The Premier League. That's why the Harry Kane goes for the big money, right? Because he's proven he can do it anytime. He's done it for 4 or 5 seasons now. Double figures. Double figures and a lot of assists. So I don't know about this Isaac guy. Well, you guys can give you guys have watched him. I've not watched him enough to actually have a big opinion on him.
I'll watch him in the Hero this year to judge him. They will play the Hero. Sweden will play the Hero this year, so I'll watch him more to see.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think the Spanish team, yeah, they have a lot of players that nobody knows. Well, you say you don't know them, but if you watch the La Liga, you actually know those boys. They're actually young boys that they are very hungry, and they're very technical. They have the ability to actually hold the ball and actually and find those spaces. And yeah, they play 4-3-3 too. But the thing is, it's going to be an interesting Euros, Abdullahi. I don't know where you plan to start talking about the Euros, but the Euros is going to be interesting this year because I see that if the Euros was played last year, it will not be it will not have been as interesting as it is this year because this year a lot of new young players are blooming this year and have had very good seasons, right? And and are ready to show themselves in the European tournament. Because if this tournament was played last year, players like Locatelli, might not have had that extra 1 year of experience. Players like even Mason Mount might not have had that extra 1 year of experience, to
Guys,
show
guys, guys.
themselves.
Giroud just said something now. Giroud said it is always nice to hear Zlatan say that sort of things about Milan and an option for my future. So if we probably go to Milan, people think, oh my God, wow.
He said what?
So that's why
I
he
didn't
signed
hear
the
that. Say that.
contract.
This is what I said. Giroud said it is always nice to hear Zlatan Ibrahimovic say that stuff of things. Milan are in an option of my future.
Oh, okay. So it's very clear he's talking to Milan, and I think what the difference is the salary, probably. Uh, you know, and this one at Chelsea is going to get something from him. The Chelsea will get £5 million back.
Yeah, I said it.
Mm.
That contract is signed for me. It's for Malena to get money because we know her very well. She's a money maker, money muku. She
Yep,
love money.
yep, I agree.
She love money. Somebody will not start talking about that money. So him going to AC Milan will just like pay the 5 million or 2 million and let him go.
hmm And that covers back all his salary, probably some part of his salary for last season.
Mhm.
Yep, that's a good recoup of some good money. So if Giroud is leaving and Tam is leaving, I
Then we
think
have to get a number 9 there.
yeah, we have to definitely strengthen our forward line. I don't know I don't know the mixture of player
Because
that
I'm hearing the news is that Roman said he doesn't care about what Romelu Lukaku said. He's one to spend 100 million plus on Romelu Lukaku to come to Chelsea. Another news also report that this money that Roman doesn't care. He wants to buy Haaland. So we don't know which one is right and which one is not right. That Haaland is the first priority that he will give Dortmund
outside.
no matter what money they want. They will give Dortmund. Give us Haaland.
I don't think Haaland is moving. If you ask me,
Mm.
I think Haaland 100% stays in Dortmund next season. You know the reason why? The reason why is you know he has a new coach who I'm sure most young players in Germany want to play for Marco Rose. And they are in the Champions League. So if Dortmund did not make Champions League, I'll say okay, there's a possibility Haaland will leave. But since they're in the Champions League and they have a very good young team, that Haaland kind of understands and knows, I think he wants to probably stay there and wait, one more year and push for Real Madrid because I think he wants to either go to Madrid or Barcelona. I know Chelsea is coming for him, but I think their eyes are on either Real or Barcelona, depending on depending on where Mbappe goes, right? Because Mbappe's contract is over next year.
But do you see us getting Kylian Mbappe this year? Maybe something under the ground. We just sleep on Mbappe.
I don't know. That's gonna be the biggest swoop in football history. If Chelsea sign Kylian Mbappe, yeah, um,
If we sign Kylian Mbappe, wow, 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 woo.
That would be a statement signing now. That would be a huge statement. That would be more than actually because when you look at it, what's the difference in price between Kylian Mbappe and and Haaland? Haaland's going for 150. Kylian Mbappe is 180 ish. That's
Yeah,
30 million difference. You don't have to pay everything. You spread it over a period, and you just pay 30 million more for a player that is proven and is
just
a
put a
world class.
clause on him. Just put a clause on him that this amount. Then if you win this amount of money, we'll pay this amount of money. That's it.
Correct.
And if
A
PSG
lot of
can
that.
agree to that clause, then that's no problem.
I don't think PSG will sell Mbappe because I think they have a very ambitious owner in the Qatari group, and I think they want to actually win that Champions League. If they sell Mbappe, it will be a sign of of lack of ambition for
Because
them. So
I'm hearing that Poch has not been happy with PSG in terms of the recruitment and the dressing room and the ownership. That he doesn't like the way Leonardo and everybody is doing in that PSG. That he's unhappy.
yeah, because PSG is a bunch of the reason why they've not won the Champions League is not because of ability. It's actually because of their discipline and
Individually.
yeah, their discipline, their individual discipline, right? And that's what has cost them. If you look at most of their losses in the Champions League, they have the ability on paper. They have a very good team, but the thing is, the way that squad, the way that squad has been run for a few years now. A couple of players have too much power. Like they have so much player power, so it's so bad that a player can even decide, if the team flies or goes on the bus or takes the train, all those kind of stupid decisions. So it's something that unfortunately that affected Tuchel last season. I know Tuchel is a very good coach, but he only took PSG to the final and couldn't win that final, and the reason was because of the players, not because of Tuchel's coaching. Yeah, and I don't know when next PSG will get to a final in the Champions League. Right.
I've been waiting to see PSG Chelsea in the final for a very long. I've been waiting to see that final. I've been dying to see it. I've
Yeah,
been dying
I
to
don't
see it.
know. I don't know when PSG will come back to that final because I won't lie to you. Yeah, they have issues in the team, and I don't blame Pochettino because Pochettino played for PSG, right? He played
Yeah.
for PSG at a time when they were also not a bad team. They were also a good team in the late '90s when he played. He played with Okocha. Him and Okocha were teammates in that same team. They were not a bad team. At least they went far in the cups and stuff like that, Cup Winners' Cup and stuff, those kind of competitions. But he knows the discipline that's supposed to be in a team that wants to win. I'm sure. I'm probably thinking that he's seeing this team and he's saying this team is not disciplined enough for us to actually win those games in Champions League night. Because remember, Champions League is 13 matches, right?
Yeah.
12 matches,
I
one
think
final.
they have changed the rules this year. I think the round of 16 quarterfinal or semis will be played after 90 minutes, no away goes. I believe so.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So yeah. So you can't just say hey, you have a bunch of players that are talented. Having a talented team is no more enough. You have to have that squad that can actually challenge. So in the past you had individual players, like Maradona, like Pele, Johan Cruyff, all those kind of players, that make difference, that difference makers, and they just had, they didn't have a very very up level quality team. Currently, there's a trend now. If you watch teams that are dominating in Europe and probably in the world, they have threats from different areas, right? They can hurt you from different places, and they play as a team, like they are a team. You can see there's team chemistry in that team. It's not just hey, let's pass the ball up to one player and let him do magic, right?
Mhm.
It's gonna be a long summer, a very long summer.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting summer. I think Abdullah has to leave. We can go on probably I don't know when next you're coming online. Yeah,
Um,
we can chat.
maybe probably tomorrow or Sunday. Because I'm
Okay,
reacting to the
okay, no
news we
worries.
get. Every news we get, I'll talk about. Don't have so much later.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
Sounds good, man.
No problem, bro. Take care.
All
Have a
right.
good night,
Take
man.
care,
You as
guys.
well. Thank you so
You
much,
too.
All
bro.
right, bro. Yeah, later.
Yeah.
Man. Take care, bro. Bye.
Thank you, Blue Eyes. I said Blue Eyes. Ah, ah, guys, guys, guys. Thank you for showing up tonight, guys. I'm sorry I was late. I was having an internet blackout. So surely tomorrow we're gonna talk much about it. Saturday and also Sunday. If there's any news we're gonna talk about, we're surely gonna talk about it. And I appreciate you guys for coming on in today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And peace, everybody. Peace, peace, guys. Peace.